Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
Recorded to you live from a dark, stinky place underneath Palpatine's cloak. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Bill Sweeney. And as usual, I got two guys with me, but we got another one here. We'll get to him in a second. Dom's back.
I'm back, people.
Dom, where'd you go?
He was.
I went nowhere. I just didn't show up.
No, that's cool.
It's pretty
That's
cool.
cool. That's pretty
I thought he was just extra quiet last episode.
He decided he wasn't going to talk the whole week, the whole episode.
They put me in the corner, actually.
Well, let's get this one thing out of the way real quick. I just want some official business really quick. We're now on the Wicked Radio Network. You might have heard that at the top of the last two episodes. That's just a new place you can find us, and it's no relation. You know, I didn't start that. You know what I mean? But also, if you're looking for other places to find us, you can go to wickedtheory.com. There's a whole page I set up over there now. It's got a whole bunch of different outlets you can find us at in case where you're finding us right now is not working out for you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Wicked Theory Radio Network. Wicked Radio Network.
Maybe we could work something out with them.
Maybe we could. Maybe I should just slow down when I'm talking.
Maybe.
3 nods, 3 quiet nods, just so the audience knows I got nods around the table. All right. So we're on the Wicked Radio Network. I want to thank Heno for making that opening bumper that you heard. And I think I'm going to just crack it open and say, we got a guest.
We do?
We do.
Really?
His name's Ed. Ed, thanks for coming to the show. And Ed he's famous on this show for sending us emails.
Yes.
This is that Ed.
Yes.
He's not only famous on this show, he's famous on other shows, actually.
He's been on at least one. He's been on the guys from our local comic shop, WCBJ Radio. Not rehearsed at all, by the way, just to let you know.
WCJ
I've
Radio.
been hanging out with this guy a little too long. But, yeah. And Ed was the host on that show for over 100 episodes. Mm-hmm. You know?
Seasoned veteran.
They're still doing the show. There's no hard feelings. I just, it was a scheduling thing. Life rolls on. You know how it goes. It's all sweet.
Job gets busy, that kind of thing.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to have one of our guests actually be somebody with some experience in this stuff.
It's true.
Which explains why his emails were so good.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I don't know if you heard us basically blowing smoke up your ass last time or the first week that we really ran through them, but we were like, this guy's fucking amazing. This guy's the guy we've been wanting for a while.
There were a few really fantastic emails, I'm not going to lie. Like that Elvis one was pretty genius.
The Elvis one became the thing that I centered a lot of the promotion of the episode around.
I noticed that, yeah.
I used that on my Twitter because I thought it was a great question just to get, and then some people kind of commented on it on the Facebook one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I mean, basically the kind of, I listen to the show and just with it, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
I know that you do.
Right now I'm subscribed to about 32 different podcasts that I listen to.
Nice.
And you guys are regularly in that rotation, and I love what you guys are doing. I'm a fan. I'm very impressed. And
I left my tissues at home.
Yeah, you can keep talking about us being great.
I wanted to see if I can contribute. So just I made a habit every day before I start work while I'm drinking my tea. I think up a question and send an email to you.
I like it. Which explains why by the time we get to them, there's 17 of them.
Yeah.
But, I'm not complaining about the volume.
So,
really appreciate it.
What do you think makes up a good email? Just so people who might want to send us emails might have an idea.
Well,
what to do.
Generally the thing I've been thinking of is it could be a lot of different things, but basically you want a simple question, something that's direct, so you know exactly what you're talking about, but also open-ended enough that you can have a long-form discussion about it if you wanted.
Nice.
And sometimes, the topics vary. Sometimes it'll be, a news item that I read, and I want to hear your guys' opinion about it.
Right.
Other times, it's just, a random thing. I think I sent a question to WCBJ last week asking Sacco how often he clips his fingernails.
Right. Well,
well,
you haven't seen him in a while. You want to make sure he's staying up on top of it.
Exactly.
Be fun with it.
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
We're a bunch of goofballs.
Topical, but something that everybody can kind of have a little fun with when they have their own response to it.
Exactly.
Right. All right, so that's it. We're done. We talked to you about your emails.
You don't want to read any of them?
No. Well, that's okay. Well, that's a question. So, should we have Ed actually read his own email, or should we say that's we do that when Ed's not here.
No, I think.
When we ask Ed about Ed's email.
I'd love to go through some of them now and then maybe explain the context. If you
All right, I'd love for you guys to vamp more so that I can actually get his email queued up.
Also, one other thing. Another huge reason why I'm here is my successor on the WCBJ radio podcast.
Okay.
Drama?
Trip was a guest of yours early on in your run, and I remember you guys.
Sal, episode with Sal.
Yes, Sal.
Yeah.
It's funny. I know him by his Jones name. I came up in that discussion, and I just wanted to come here and assure everyone that I'm still alive. I'm not dead.
Right. Yeah. It did get a little bit like we were kind of eulogizing you a little bit. You think?
Yeah.
Now that guy's gone, he's out of the way. Sal can take over now.
Yeah, because I think I might have sent that episode to my sister to say, hey, they talk about me on this show, and
No
she may
way.
have gone back like, oh, really? Well, because they're talking about you like you're not around anymore.
That's funny. Have you been going to CBJ every once in a while?
I was out of work for a little while. I just started a new job and I'm getting some money coming in. I'm
Nice.
I think I'm gonna be going there a little bit more regularly
Cool.
soon.
I hope to see you there, Bill.
Thanks.
Me and Bill are there.
Wednesdays, rounds.
Wednesdays.
5:45.
Wednesday Warriors, baby.
Wednesday Warriors, yeah. That was actually in the first issue of Deadpool versus Thanos that came out this
Oh
week.
yeah.
Deadpool actually gives us, the quote-unquote Wednesday Warriors, a shout-out in one of the panels in the book, so...
I'll just throw out a question. You can take it or leave it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So,
But it's definitely one of your emails.
yo, this is all emails that I sent you guys.
Okay.
Original content.
Yeah,
Original content,
and you
from
could,
06.
yeah, and and we could talk about these for 10 seconds, or we could talk about them for
That
a
sounds good
little
because we got a lot of shit to get to.
longer. Okay. So first question, gentlemen,
Yes. Nice.
What?
What? Where are they? I don't see any here.
I haven't yet.
will episodes of Sesame Street, which air on HBO, need to be edited for content before they are aired on PBS?
That's right. We were talking about that. I'd say yeah,
More
probably.
like The Sopranos, maybe.
Yeah, like are they gonna have to cut out the
How trashy is Oscar the Grouch going to get? Is that what you're getting?
yeah,
to?
I mean.
We're gonna see him
he's
kicking a hooker
shooting
out the
up?
first thing in the morning.
He's shooting it up. You think? Tying off?
We gonna see Elmo playing around with another puppet's titties, that kind of thing.
Shit.
I don't think so. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say that's not what's gonna happen. But the human characters that run around that show, you should probably watch out for them. I think
Okay.
that's where I'm gonna put my money.
Okay. All right.
I agree with Bill. I agree with
Yeah.
Bill.
I think the puppets will stay pure.
I'm be kind of worried about anyone who kind of hangs out with Muppets that much.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. We might get some in
So keep
depth.
an eye on them.
The show's going to turn really bleak and like esoteric, and it's going to be all about these whacked out, depressed fucking people. It's going to be like
It's gonna be like True Detective season 2.
it's going to be like all their shows. It's going to be like True Detective. It's going to be like what's the other one that's coming back?
You think
Where people all leave, they all die
Oh,
off.
The Leftovers.
The Leftovers. Oh, the most depressing show on television.
Think they'll give it a subtitle? Sesame Street, Life on the Street.
There you go. Like
you go.
VH1 will do a
High on Crack
behind the
Street.
scenes.
It'll be basically like High on Crack Street. I was telling Dom about that classic today. I don't know if you ever saw that one on HBO.
No.
It's where they followed a real basic like group of like 5 people, crazy crackheads. I don't even know where they were, like Atlanta, Georgia, or something like that. I kind of want to say Southern, but HBO just documented them for like 8 episodes worth of just getting high every day and the adventure of trying
incredible.
to get high every day. Like, where am I getting my next fucking Jones, or where am I getting my next fix? And like,
It really, by episode, like...
they're stealing from each other and like all this crazy. It's like it's Big Brother with crack. It's
The only problem I have with that you said, like when you mentioned it to me this morning, was like by episode like 4 or 5, there really shouldn't have been an issue for these people anymore because they were getting checks from HBO probably, right?
Not really, though. No. I think that's kind
I
of
think
like
they'll pay them in crack.
I bet you.
Really?
You think they read those contracts before they signed them?
No, probably not.
You think they hired an agent?
They thought they
You're
were
right.
getting paid. I bet you HBO was like, well, whoever's left alive at the end. It's like Survivor, people.
We're just gonna keep giving you a rock, and whoever's left standing.
There's
You know-
$20 on this table. Only one of you's gonna get it.
Right.
True.
They are paying them, but it's very little amounts and it's slowly.
Hey, I'm sorry if we're offending any of our listeners here. If any of you,
crackheads?
are crackheads, I'm really
If
sorry.
anybody's like, or if you're trying to recover and we're just stirring it up, sorry. Ed, next email.
All right, gentlemen.
Yes.
What's the best crime story you've all watched or read in the last few months?
Ooh, that's
Crime
a great
story.
question.
Crime story.
I'm gonna have to go with Lock and Key, if that's a crime story.
Okay.
Because I just
mystery horror kind of thing.
recently read all those trades, so
Yeah, sure.
I would go with crime.
There's actually a crime of
Yeah.
sorts at the heart of that. Once you find out about the parents and the history.
Disappearance.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Murder's not quite a crime.
Have you read that?
Coming back to life has got to
No,
be
I
like,
haven't.
a
It's
crime
fantastic.
somewhere.
It really is.
The first trade is one of the trades. It's not like the trade.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
to
so
it. So
I
I'm gonna
guarantee you, once you read that trade, you'll be hooked. Because I was. Luckily, I
For
didn't
me,
have
I'll
to.
say.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
No, yeah, you were done, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna step on the end of your sentence right at the end. You know, for me. What do you think? No, Gone Girl. Because I was sitting here the whole time trying to think of like what's something that I saw really that was like a crime kind of thing.
You,
Like, you know?
you see that movie?
Gone Girl is an
No,
excellent
you
movie.
haven't seen Gone Girl.
Don't get
right?
married.
No.
Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Don't do it. Don't date because you might end up getting married. Just stay single forever.
That was
It's basically like the whole gist of that. Oof. Oof.
I actually saw that movie when it came out, fell in love with the movie, and
It's a
then
great movie.
I actually went out and bought a copy of the book. I read like the first couple chapters. I just never finished it.
Braden.
All right, next question, gentlemen.
Joe,
I'm really having a hard time
No?
coming up with something anyway, so.
for a crime
go
kind
ahead.
of story. I'm sure there was a crime on Next Generation. Now you probably saw it recently. Sure,
So I
someone.
can talk about Orphan Black.
Well, there you go. There's a lot of crime going on that. There's crime stories. They wrap up some murder mystery in that
Big
for
Orphan
sure.
Black fan, and I'm going through withdrawal now.
Oh, because your season just wrapped up, right?
Yeah, my season wrapped up. It was a couple months. It's like a month or so.
It's kind of fresh out, so it's like that's when the shakes.
Usually it's-
That's when the shakes are the worst.
Summer's really getting started. It ends.
Oh, I got shakes for a different show, but we'll talk
We'll
about that
go with
later.
that. We'll
Yeah.
get that.
Okay, gentlemen. Will major American TV networks, that's CBS, NBC, ABC,
Yeah.
begin to adopt the BBC model within the decade?
What, like the shorter
already-
burst of seasons?
Yeah,
shorter
instead of
seasons?
doing like a 22 episode season, just say, we're going to try out 6 episodes or 10 episodes
Right.
and, stop when the story's done instead of, just dragging things out over 7 or 8 years.
that
I
don't
can
know
never.
about.
I personally
I-
can
I-
never see that happening.
I'm sorry.
I can see shorter seasons. I couldn't
No,
see them
that's
stopping
really-
a show, though.
No, I think they're already doing that to a certain extent, at least in the summer. I think that they'll do more of that. I think it would be a good thing if they did to a certain extent, did some of that, because it might be good for some things to not have the stories. Like you were saying, things need to end sometimes when they need to end.
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So if you got a 10 episode story arc and they tell you got to do 13,
Exactly.
so now, maybe they'd be more inclined to start doing that kind of thing,
Right.
and just kind of like piecemealing good things together instead of just trying to say, well, we got a good show, let's make it 22 episodes. We have 10.
Right. That's the problem. Like
Yeah, that's the problem.
like you said, like they're 10 episode shows, and on those networks that you mentioned, they're usually
Right.
no less than like 20, 21, 22 episodes. You know what I mean? Like
so much they have to
really,
fill.
I feel like you really don't get like between 6 and 13 to 16 episodes unless it's on like an AMC or like an FX. I feel like those channels do like 13,
Right,
16
right,
episodes.
right.
But those like big networks, like you mentioned, they're into like the 22, 23 episode range.
I think in the long run it can be better for American TV, because if you have a show that's garnering great ratings for 10 episodes,
Right.
so let it be 10 episodes,
Right.
and so you don't have those mediocre episodes in the middle. And then you
Right.
have another show that's going to come on it after it. It's 13 episodes, and it's a good show. It's going to get ratings. Then great.
Right.
So now you have 2 shows that did the same thing.
In the same amount of
and
time.
it did you better,
Right.
Yeah.
better ratings all along.
That's the thing too. Like the ratings model is different. Like so for networks, like their concern is trying to get from September all the way to February with one show. You know what I mean? And that's why those shows are so many episodes, and they take those breaks. You know what I mean? But no, I hear what you're saying. But if you could do the same thing, you just run them on shorter blocks, and you turn over more shows in that time.
But they do have ratings periods that aren't just at the beginning of the season, the end of the season.
No, I understand. Yeah, that's
they
true.
just got to break them up into
Yeah.
into those segments. That's all.
I think it's a great idea, and I think if they did end up doing it, it would be beneficial to them, because I think it would make the show better. And I feel like a lot of the shows I watch that lie in like the 10 to 13 episode range,
Right.
like for example, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. Those are great
Daredevil.
shows. Daredevil, exactly. And I feel like that quality of show isn't really on ABC or NBC, and that might be because of that amount of episodes. Maybe
Right.
if they short-listed the amount of episodes, you might get better quality in less episodes.
Usually, even when Fox has taken some more chances with that stuff lately. Like, I think the one I had Tennant on, it, Doctor Who guy that you watched. I think.
Oh, Grace Point. Yeah,
Grace
that was
Point
a great
like
show.
10 episodes.
10 episodes. It was a really good show.
You know what I mean? And I think the thing with that is because it's like that. It's condensed. It's tighter written. It doesn't have all the fluff. It's stripped down.
Right. Here's other things too. When you have a show that goes on so long and you have so many ideas to keep people hooked, you're gonna have to place them at points where it's not always gonna be. It's gonna be like an addict getting a little fix. Not
right.
Now if you take all those plot points and you put them in 10 episodes, now you've got three. Maybe you got 3 key plot points in every episode.
Oh, it's a roller
so
coaster ride.
Right. So it's more of an action thing. So it's better, which is better for the current market with people always.
The taste is changing.
Right. Plus, if you can't catch the whole season because you're doing something, it's a short season. You can download the whole thing and binge watch 10 episodes in a day.
Yeah, it makes it more appealing. I think. For people to try it too.
Yeah.
It could. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say another thing to consider is syndication. Because for networks, that's always the goal, is to get a show into syndication.
Right. 3 years.
And it used to be you had to have 100 episodes. Within like the last 10 years, that's dropped down to 88.
Yeah, I think it's even less now.
Yeah, I think as that threshold gets lower, and especially now because a lot of times, you see now, because like the syndication, it's like you're selling it to like local affiliates,
but it's
and stuff
Fox.
like that.
It's like Fox selling it to Fox. So it's like the threshold gets lower, I think, because they just say like it's in house more or less.
But it's also with binge watching. A lot of times, if a show only has like 2 or 3 seasons and they're 10 episodes each, you're more likely to start binge watching that show than you would a show that has like 8 seasons with 22 episodes.
Right. I think you just look at it differently. I think it's like the whole you're right. It's a psychological thing. I think if you broke up those 100 episodes of any show and told me there were 10 seasons of 10 episodes each, I would feel like it was less daunting than 5 episodes of 20. You know what I mean? Oh, well, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at math.
One thing I think what they got to do is instead of doing it like the BBC does, where it's 10 episodes a season, and then 9 months go by before you can see the show again.
Right.
Maybe they need to do a. Break it up like 3 seasons, like three seasons in the year.
Right.
So that you have the show cycle every 10 episodes.
Sort of like what The Walking Dead does.
Everyone, right.
Kind of, yeah.
So you got 10 episodes in one show, then another show starts, they got 10 episodes, then you're back to the first show for another 10 episodes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or maybe there's special events and everything, a few weeks in between.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then you get like half a year done right there, and now you're into the next half of the year, and you got 2 more seasons.
Right.
And no one's got to wait for 9 friggin' months. That drives me.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. At least I'm getting smaller
with the BBC
doses, and
shows
I'm getting some chunks of it, but rather than nothing. And another thing, which is they will never do here, is like if a show is successful, like the whole BBC model, where like BBC will have really great shows, and then like that's it. It's a 1-season show, and it's like no matter how much the studio or the network wants to like make more, probably like it just doesn't happen. I don't know if it's because creators have more control and they can say no to it, and that's what happens. But like the NBC would like never say no to like. Yeah. You tell me if they had a good performing show, they'd be like, no, okay, that's the nature of that story. That's done. That door's closed. Even if it's like totally wrapped up kind of story, it's like, well, we got to figure out a way to just have something with the main character. Let's give him a sitcom.
We need a spin-off.
We need to still give him a sitcom with a dog and a little kid next door.
A late night talk show.
It also, I think, like back to like the amount of episodes, like. I think it really just comes down to the quality of the content in the show. Because you have a show like True Detective, for example, who had a killer first season with only 8 episodes, and then they did the exact same thing the next season, which just aired 8 episodes, and they tried to focus on 4 main characters in that small window of 8 episodes, and it was an absolute disaster to me. I think that's the main reason why that show tanked for that season.
I think
was because exactly.
But that's a big part of it.
That's a big part of it because they tried to focus so much on 4 main characters as opposed to just 2.
But the thing is, that story's done now, and season 3 is going to be something completely different.
Exactly. And I can look at that as an experiment that didn't work. It's still on the air.
Yeah.
and they can still,
That's why I hope
network's not too freaked out.
That's why I hope the network gives it a chance for it to come back.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
think
got a lot of negative
Because
reviews.
now you don't have the 22 episode commitment that went down the toilet, and now the guys come. Well, I got 22 more in here, ready to go.
Oh, there's always more. There's always more.
I don't know anymore.
Oh, I always got more stories in the head. All right, next one.
Let's move on.
All right,
One more.
gentlemen. Based on your past experiences, which hotel chain has the most comfortable beds?
Doubletree.
I think he's making that one up.
You never seen Doubletree?
It's Canadian. I don't know. Because he's hockey.
Hey, man, I've been on a lot of hockey tournaments. I've traveled
Travel the world.
a lot. Not the world,
The
but
North American continental area.
North America from, like,
The
probably
best one,
America
I've ever
to
stayed in
North.
was
New York,
to North.
New York to, like, Toronto about that. Like, that's really about it. Maybe a little bit more west, like Chicago, Michigan, but only for...
Bob, what would you say about the
place?
beds?
Well, I was trying to think chains. The only one I've ever really stayed in is Super 8. But
Was it
if you're talking about
something?
the best hotel that I've ever slept in, was probably Bally's in Atlantic City.
Nice. I really couldn't tell you.
Quilted.
I really couldn't tell you.
Top mattress, the whole nine.
Every motel bed has just seemed better than my bed at home, which made it automatically suspicious because nothing's like, like I just know that there's funkadelics going on underneath these sheets, like, you know what I mean? But whatever.
We've all seen
It feels all
episodes on
nicely,
TV where
neatly
they got the
pressed.
black
It's
light.
like I've never climbed into a bed this well made in my life.
Yeah, well, that's
You
the
know,
thing.
that's the thing. So it's always it's on a level 7 amazing. I can't keep track of it.
Okay.
All right. But what do you think? You think that's the best of the emails you got there for now?
You
Well,
want,
I know there's like another.
there's a bunch more. You want one more?
Yeah,
Let's do one more.
Give us what do you think is the pick of the litter out of that? How about that?
you
Sounds
go.
good.
All right, we'll do one more. Okay, all right, gentlemen.
As always.
Would you be willing to watch a Chevy Chase Beverly D'Angelo sex tape from 2007 that was recorded in the parking lot of a ShopRite
Yes.
in Bakersfield, California?
What kind of camera? I mean, are we talking about?
That's all the information I can give you.
That's all that was handed to me.
That was my next question.
See, you know what, Bill?
I wanted to know if there was going to be
because
gasoline on the lens.
All right, fuck me, why?
you know why? Fuck you.
it's fun.
Because he just had an amazing, just an amazing thing that was like so thought out and so detailed, and you had to take it a step further and ask for more fucking detail. Fuck you.
I need to know. I mean, it depends on how grainy it is. I'm not looking for. I don't need the detail, but I'm like, am I gonna like just want to turn
Do
it off?
you need to know?
I need to
Well,
know
let's put it like
because
this.
I need to know because an image like that it stays with you.
I'm still picturing, even though it's 2007, that it's probably filmed on like a 1990s style shoulder fucking VHS cam though. That's just my picture in my head. Like, in order to watch that, I have to pop it in a VCR. That's all I
it's
feel.
from
Like.
it's from 2007.
I know,
mind
but I
you.
just
So
still feel-
it hasn't
it's
gone
in-
through 38 Instagram filters.
Oh well, then,
So then
if
you
I
probably
could-
wouldn't want to.
I probably wouldn't want to watch it then, because you know me, I gotta have 48 fucking filters on my shit.
I would watch it.
I would watch that definitely. I'd have to check that out. No,
I think it's a must watch. I don't know if it's a must.
like if it was a
It's
legit
definitely
real thing.
not a must remember. So maybe the thing to do is get really drunk first,
Right.
then watch it, and then when you pass out, you're not going to remember.
You might start watching it. Would you finish watching
This
it?
is what I
That's
was
the
gonna
real
say.
question.
It
That's
might
the
turn
real
into a 2 girls 1 cup kind of situation where we have to put this on in front of people and see how long they last. Like, you know what I mean? All right, I'm warning you. It is Chevy Chase and D'Angelo from 10 years ago, maybe. You know what I mean? But that was good stuff, Ed. Ed with the email.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes,
Ed Mail. We're calling
Ed Mail.
it's a segment, even if you're not here.
I do what I can.
Ed Mail.
We love it.
Even if we end up having other emails, we'll do Ed Mail, and then we'll do email.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Ed, we do quizzes. We do
Quizzes?
quizzes. We do quizzes. You know this. You've heard the show.
Yes.
And you were just saying, because we just came back from a break, but you were just saying that, I don't know, something about last week's quiz or the quizzes in general.
Oh yeah,
or something?
no. I did not think Dave. I think his performance on that quiz was
Yeah, it's rough.
was kind of pitiful.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. But we knew going in that Dave was not going to get many nerdy kind of questions, but I was kind of like, I was kind of what I was shooting for. I was like,
can't
let's
blame
see
him,
what
man.
he's
You know,
got.
it's the kind of thing where like those types of questions, it makes me angry that they don't know it, and then I realize that I'm not the average human being. So not
Yes, well, this
Well,
is
that's the thing I was going to say.
Imagine trying to put one of these lists together for
not
somebody.
everyone knows that there are 4 Indiana Jones movies.
Ed, this quiz has been designed to gauge your pop cultural awareness, general geekitude, and natural nerdiness. But most of all, it's been designed with you in mind. While some questions are things you probably should know, others are to see what you may have acquired by osmosis. Your geekness is not on trial. That's another bit for another day. All right. Here's how it works. There's 10 questions divided into 4 sections. Easing on down the road. Into 4 sections. Easy, medium, hard, and something called bonus, which are gauged with what I perceived would be your difficulty with the questions. I was trying to keep you in mind, like, could you answer this? Could you not? That kind of thing. Trying to give you a little bit of
Lots of DC Comics and Star Trek. Okay.
Well, let me look. Yeah, pretty good. All right, pretty good, guys. So there's also a bonus round. Should you make it there, I may award points, but fair warning, I'm bad at math. There's 2 rules. The first is take your time, but don't take all day. Second is that Bob can't help you, or Dom can't help you, because that would be cheating, and I won't help you, because I'm a jerk. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So easy. First question. What does DC in DC Comics stand for?
Detective Comics.
All right, so softball. We'll start out easy. In Harry Potter, how many Horcrux are there?
7? 9.
Oh.
It was 9 Horcruxes.
Was it? I thought it was 8. It's 8, right?
I thought it was 9.
Okay, maybe it was 9. Okay, I was definitely going on memory then. I was like, there's 8 Horcrux. I don't have to look that up. So.
9 is a magical number, I think that was.
Bob?
What the fuck is that?
Perfect. What the fuck is a Horcrux? I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
But I know sometimes there are people. I learned that by looking it up the other day. All right. Last in the easy section, and is the number of Indiana Jones movies plus the number of Star Wars movies plus the number of Christopher Reeve Superman movies.
Okay. There are 4 Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Okay. There are 4 Indiana Jones movies.
That's
if
correct.
you're just counting the Harrison Ford movies, and you're not going into the Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Woof. Good point, but yes, just the movies.
Now, Star Wars. Here's where it gets a little tricky.
Does it though? Go on.
Okay, you've got the original A New Hope trilogy, which is 3.
Correct.
You got the prequel trilogy, which is 3. Do you count the Clone Wars movie? Because that was released in theaters.
The animated, that came out in theaters?
Yeah, the first...
You got a stub? You got a stub? I do not recall, and therefore it didn't count. So let's just go with...
we're just going with the 2
Live action movie.
So if we're just counting the live action movies...
And nothing that's in production now
6,
counts.
4, 14.
That's correct. You're good at your math. All right, now we're into the mediums.
Okay.
What is Superman's mother's name?
His birth mother or his adoptive mother?
His birth mother.
Lara.
That's correct. Can you name 3 Robert Redford movies?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Classic.
The Sting. And The Candidate.
Very good. See, I built these all around you. I know what you're into. All right, wait till I get to the next
movies
section.
that he also others and otherwise.
All right, here's one that's going to come from left field a little bit. How is Wario related to Mario and Luigi?
This is difficult. Now, just to give the listeners a little bit of background.
Yeah.
I did not play video games as a child because my parents did not believe in paying for them.
All right.
So it was just
We
one
got to
of
get back to that.
So if you
What was
wanted to
that?
play
I got to make a
video
note.
games, you had to steal.
my total Nintendo Sega knowledge is all from visiting my cousin's house.
Osmosis.
Yes.
Osmosis.
So
well,
I'm going to guess.
Well, it's the medium section because we're slowly getting harder.
Okay.
We are on a progression.
I just want to put it out there before we answer the question.
Sure. We didn't.
He's not related to Luigi at all. Just related to Mario.
Oh, okay.
Just
Okay. The research department said that. Just so you know. That,
Okay.
he's not related to.
Okay.
Larry.
So I was gonna say cousin, but now I'm gonna say twin.
You were right the first time.
You were right.
Was it the first
You were
time?
right to not change it, but we're gonna move on, buddy. We're gonna move on. I think your instincts.
He's the cousin of Mario.
He's their cousins. So now we're in the hards, buddy.
Okay.
And he's
I heard-
pissed at Mario, isn't he?
Well, he's Wario. He's angry.
Mario takes all the spotlight.
It's like a Sackville Baggins. Okay.
There you go. Who doesn't like that? In the hard section, buddy. You ready? You
I'm
like
ready,
it? You
yeah.
like it? You like it hard? Just asking. Okay, what species is Green Lantern's enemy Sinestro? DC boy.
I thought Cal Sinestro comes from the planet.
Good thing I didn't ask him what is Sinestro's first name. Because he just got that under his breath, Fall.
I believe he's from the planet Korrigar.
2 A's. And that would be correct, sir. He is Korgarian.
Yes.
Star Wars, kid. What kind of farm did Luke's Uncle Owen operate on Tatooine?
A moisture farm.
Wow. I kind of, that was the thing where I was like, is that really hard? And I'm like, that's going to be a softball if he's like a real good Star Wars.
I only know that
sure.
because I collected the card game.
Okay, all right, sure. And it's always got that kind of stuff on there.
Yeah.
All right.
I just rewatched the trilogy like this weekend, and I didn't even
pop out.
I didn't even know they mentioned it in the movie.
It's the first 5 minutes that they're on Tatooine. They established that.
They mentioned it like once.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things they do that.
Oh yeah, his
all of that,
uncle's
like all that stuff that people
moisture
spit
farmer on
out.
Tatooine, and
Exactly.
You know,
and people spit it out like it's
Back to
okay.
the quiz.
All right, number 9.
Okay.
How many rings are there in Lord of the Rings?
Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. So there were.
God, I hope not, because I just have a number.
You had first, there's the one ring to rule them all.
All right.
Then you got the 3 rings to the elves.
Okay.
Okay, and I think there are 6 to the dwarves. And
I gotta take my shoes to count this one.
okay,
Right
so
on.
6 to the dwarves, so that would make 9, 10. And then 9 rings were given to the race of men. So I'm going to say 19 altogether.
It is indeed 19 rings. Ooh. What I thought was the hardest question on here. Ed fucking nails it. Nice.
I'm good with numbers.
Nice. All right, so the final question, number 10. This is the mega points round, okay? You can make up the difference here, all right?
Okay.
Who was the movie Citizen Kane really about?
Oh, man.
Would I give you a softball?
Film History 101. It's
I know.
William Randolph first.
All right. Ed, you did great on the quiz.
That's our best contestant we've had.
We've
today.
ever had. I don't even... what did he get, one? One
yeah,
wrong?
I think
Two?
one was
He got-
wrong.
he
And
got-
I think that was like splitting a hair. I think he got
He
the
got
half right.
Well, to be honest with you, he really didn't get any wrong because the 2 that were questionably wrong were like half right because he said the answer like.
But then changed it. Right?
That's pretty much what I was
Exactly.
That's why you gotta cut me off the second I say something right.
Yeah, man, I made that too easy. Remind me when we're having a true nerd on here. Really get. I gotta get hard on him.
Wikipedia question.
So now, Ed, you know the next part of this, right?
I get to actually see what the boxes look
You
like.
see what the boxes look like outside of a photo, baby. All right, Ed, here it goes. The rules still apply. You can't shake them. But you can pick one. They got a red box and they got a blue box.
Everyone takes the red box.
That's not true.
It's the blue box. Everyone takes the blue box.
Everyone, I said it last week, everyone has taken the blue box so far.
Really? Everyone's taking the blue
Yeah.
box?
Yeah.
You might want to consider that and how that's worked out for people. I believe everybody, yeah. I think so.
All right.
Good selection, sir. Good selection. Ed has chosen the blue box. And what, sir, is inside the blue box?
Condoms?
Are these Marvel brand condoms? It's just Thor's hammer. Millionaire fucking brand condoms.
It's Marvel 500. What is this, like a little action figure?
It's like a little tiny standy toy. Yeah.
Mind if I open?
You can open it. If you can open it, I would like you to open it, but you don't have to open it if you feel like it's got to lose its value or something.
What is it? Ooh, it's the Green Goblin.
You got like the translucent Green Goblin, like that.
Yeah.
That's the gummy version.
Yeah, so
Gummy Green Goblin.
Marvel 500 is the series of toys. These were on the counter this week at Comic Book Jones. You'd think I'm giving them a plug, but we mentioned so much. So this is just a cheap little series of toys, but they're kind of cool. Let me see. Can I see it, bud? Sure. Before you put it back in the hermetically sealed bag. I'm trying to see it in the light, but we don't do this place in the light. Just showing the light.
I'll keep it in a mayonnaise jar under my porch.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I like that.
Hermetically sealed.
So there you go, buddy. Congratulations. That's our little thanks for coming on the show. That's how we do that, though. All right, Ed with the quiz.
Thank you.
Ed, good job on the fucking quiz. Ed, not for nothing, but you're killing it right now. So that means you're gonna fuck it up sooner or later. So let's just keep on rolling.
No pressure.
No pressure, but we are gonna. I think we got.
No, really, no pressure because we already know you're going to fuck it up, so just go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, from here on, we're rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna hit the meanwhile section. That's usually where we just kind of go over if anybody's got anything they've been catching, checking out.
Meanwhile,
You know what I mean? Dom, we're definitely gonna get to the Star Wars stuff, but Ed, I know you're a big Hannibal fan.
Yes.
Is that what you alluded to earlier in the episode?
Yes, it was.
Okay, because I know that show wrapped now.
Now, just
Have you started taking medication to deal with this issue?
I'm looking into it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, just for my sake, and since we've all experienced a great loss this past weekend, last weekend, can we all just have a brief moment of silence?
We like moments of silence.
For the cancellation of Hannibal.
Sure. Okay, I think that's enough.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. I'll anytime, but I can be silent, but only for a brief.
No,
He likes to talk, so.
No, it's funny. It's the kind of show, and like I remember when it premiered, it was the same thing. And there's another show similar to it, Fargo on FX, which is actually coming back in October. And they're both television remakes of movies. Hannibal uses the same characters and tells a completely different story.
Right.
But the thing is, it's the kind of show that if I were to tell you, it's just a remake of Hannibal Lecter,
right.
I think, why would I want to watch that?
No, you'd be actually doing it a disservice.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on in that show.
Yeah, and just visually.
That's what I mean. I'm not even talking about the story. I'm not talking
No.
the version of the story. I'm just talking about like the aesthetics.
Yeah, what you see on camera, it's the most beautiful,
It's artful.
horrific,
Right.
but
Right.
beautiful
Yeah.
imagery I've ever seen on it.
But this is the kind of show that what's his name?
Brian Fuller.
Brian Fuller does though. Everything his shows are all about like the production value. Like there's always an aesthetic. There's always like a tone that is visible. It's like it looks like nothing else out on TV at the time. Like you know what I mean?
He uses the visual elements
More than most shows bother to.
to portray the mood as well
Every
as,
every time that show comes back from a commercial, you have this weird funky music and these swirling colors going all over the place, and it creates this mood.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. It's one of the few shows that actually bothers to do that. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a shame because.
Yeah, and I think if it. I mean, we were talking before about the difference between network and cable.
Right.
I think if that show had been on cable, it would be a smash hit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You wouldn't. The ratings it's getting on cable.
I've heard that
All
it's
great
like
ratings.
very, very underrated.
Yeah, and just like the stuff that they do, like there was an episode in season 2 where, and it wasn't like, this is something that happened, and then you saw. No, you actually watched a man cut off his own face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was so much doubt about NBC doing the show because they weren't going to be able to do the gore and all that stuff. But then by the time, that's the other thing too. Like sometimes once these shows are running, like all those fears kind of go away, and the people who do the show, they find a way to get the shit on.
Yeah.
'Cause it's the same thing with Constantine and the smoking the cigarettes. Like, he's not going to be able to smoke. He's not going to be able to smoke. Like 2 episodes in, like he was not chaining, but like he was every now and
He was
then
smoking clipped
saying,
cigarettes.
he was finishing them. He maybe not be smoking the whole thing, but he was ducking it out, flipping it off. You know what I mean? Any chance he could get,
Yeah.
And it was the same thing with that. It's like, it's on at 10 o'clock, but maybe it starts small, but after a while, like they also desensitize the censor guys too. I've heard from South Park stuff. But basically, you wear them down over time.
Yeah.
Like, I hit the mic. Basically, you wear them down over time, and it's like because then you just come back with other episodes. You go, but we did this 2 months ago, and you said that was fine, and the guy's like, oh yeah, I guess so.
Let's not also forget that once money starts coming in from the show,
Right.
All of a sudden,
then all of a sudden now the networks are going to be a little bit more comfortable backing you.
Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen in Hannibal's case.
yeah, I mean, it got as far as it got though.
Yeah, the fact that it went 3 seasons.
The network was giving it a lot of chances. Whether or not they gave it enough proper placement, and they definitely were kind of trying to push it with the advertising and stuff like that. I feel like they gave it a good marketing push. But
yeah, I mean, I think the reason that show lasted so long is because it had like international co-funding.
right.
And but once NBC canceled it, a lot of people thought that Amazon or Netflix was
Somebody
going
was going to pick it up, but
now it's not looking like it's going to happen.
I think Amazon would be desperate for something really good to keep building itself up.
yeah.
Amazon's actually got a new show coming out eventually. I don't know when it's actually dropping. It's with Ron Perlman. Looks
Yeah,
pretty good.
hand to God.
Yeah, well, evidently Amazon has said they don't want to do reboots; they just want to do original material. Galaxy Quest.
I don't know what that was about, but
Yeah, it was the line they gave when they said they
microphone's
wouldn't pick it up.
broken now, but okay. But no, you're right though. I mean, but that's how they're all leaning. Like you know what I mean? Like even Netflix,
Even Netflix, I was just
they
gonna
might
say,
pick up a couple of things here and there, but they're probably only going to pick up the things that are like
They're guaranteed hits.
and probably doing a little bit better than even maybe Hannibal was. Like, you know what I mean? I would see Netflix picking up Hannibal more than I would have seen Amazon, because Netflix has more darker ending leaning shows, I should say.
Yeah, evidently there was some kind of thing where Amazon had exclusive rights to it for a few years.
Oh, okay.
So, like, maybe a couple years down the road, if they can get some of the actors back, they can pull something together.
So let me ask you this without giving too much away, now that you've seen the finale.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, I want to ask you questions about it, but I don't want to have you go on too long and then actually give stuff away by accident. But, like, how much of it does it wrap up that it could pick back up?
I mean, it finishes the story, but there is enough of a... I mean, there's a very strange coda at the end that everyone is, like, arguing over what that last 10 seconds means.
Okay.
But, like, if it ended here, I'd be satisfied. But you could definitely see where they could have picked it up and continued the story.
Right.
Now, they knew before they filmed that it was gonna.
They didn't know they were canceled until after they'd finished filming the season.
But he said recently that they've been living like that every season, though. So every season they were kind of trying to end it in that similar kind of manner, where the door is open, but if this is it, it kind of works. Like, you know what I mean? But it's a shame. It's a shame because that's. I mean, I didn't finish watching it. I'm not up to date. But I think I got through season 1 and a couple episodes into season 2. I didn't fall off because I disliked it. It's just one of these shows where sometimes, you slip and then you slip enough with catching up to it.
There's a lot of great TV out there.
We've been saying a lot lately. There's just almost too much good TV now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a shame because it's like they've finally figured out that, like, it really is about the content. Like, it's always been about the content.
Yeah.
But it was like, for years it was about, they weren't hungry with what they were putting out there, right? They were satisfied. If we give them something good enough, that's great.
Yeah.
But now that they're desperate for ratings, I feel like they're really finally starting to say, let's push the line, let's push the limit, like every network.
And there's also so many more outlets. You got cable, you got streaming networks.
That's what I mean. That's what's painted all these networks into the corner as competition.
It's the competition, yeah.
Well, Tom, as far as watching stuff recently, you have now caught up with every goddamn professional series and, real Star Wars movie.
Yes, I have.
All 617 of them.
Well, Star Wars for me was never anything that, like, I obsessed over.
Right.
Like, like I really had, like, extra interest in, I guess you could say.
Right.
So I never really put any effort into rewatching them, like, because I really haven't seen them probably in about, like, 10 years, like, since I was really young, like when the second trilogy was coming out, probably. So now, like, all this hype and the buzz coming about because of the new set of movies that are going to be coming out.
Force Awakens.
Exactly.
Why was it sleeping?
That's
Napping on the job.
It got burned, actually.
Well, that's true. There was a little
The
bit.
Force was burned.
It was burnt up.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that the Force had left the building.
the Force had left the galaxy.
Well, evidently, someone brought balance to it.
Well,
That's true.
That's true. Can you feel it?
So I watched beginning with Phantom Menace all the way in order of the movie number. All the way through 6.
So you watched it
in proper
episode
sequence.
order.
Story-wise. You watched it from the beginning of the
In
Episode-
movie number, not really.
episode
I would have
order.
said
Yeah, you watched in
release
episode
number.
order, not by release order.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
There you
exactly.
go. There you go.
So I think now that I like watching it with more of like an adult eye,
Right,
I can kind
sure.
of see and understand like how it has such a cult following and why people love it so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect.
No,
it's,
that's
it's
the
not
other
like
thing.
the best thing out there.
That's
probably,
the other thing that you noticed, though.
on like
on
a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give the entire series like probably like a 7.5, 8-ish.
I think that's good. I think
Between
that's good.
7.5 and an 8.
Okay.
It's critical. That's good.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will probably fucking.
Are you kidding
Burn
me?
me
Who
for
is
that.
this kid on your show? What is he fucking talking about?
But in reality, I think it is a little.
What about
overrated.
Greedo?
Yeah, well, some people, because they love something, it has to be perfect.
Exactly.
The thing is, though, nothing is perfect.
Nah.
And George Lucas, honestly, is far from it.
Yeah. He managed to surround
He
himself.
managed to create something special, called lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I mean,
surround
there's
himself
no
with
doubt in the fact
incredible team.
that it's an amazing.
There are
It's an amazing
elements-
like
yeah,
imagination.
Yeah, it's a whole world. It's a universe. It's visually
Right.
great. But it's like
there are elements of the movie that are weak and everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's still a great ride. I mean, I play video games that are a 5.
Yeah, well, that's the
because
thing. Sure.
there's something that appeals to me about them, and that's fine for me.
Right.
You know, so it's the same kind of thing.
How do you feel about that? Are you a big Star Wars fan?
I've always been more of a Star Trek guy, but
Now I find out. I had a million Star Trek things I could have put on the quiz.
So I still got the fight music on tap.
Well, that's true. That's true. Ed might start getting disc.
No, but I love Star Wars as a kid. You know, I was like 9 when they re-released the movies,
Right.
for like the 20th anniversary. So I actually, got to see they were the special editions. But when you're that young, you don't care. It's Star Wars.
You're like, oh, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it was funny. I remember, sitting in creative writing class in high school, like 8 years later, or like no more like 10 years later,
Right.
and just having the teacher go off on the whole Han versus Greedo thing, and just go like I didn't even notice that.
Right. I had a teacher go off about Pink Floyd once. That's about the only thing I ever had a teacher go off about.
Pink Floyd,
and he wasn't liking it. He wasn't digging it.
No,
Not that means like I'm so old because what he was talking about was new. He was just going on about we don't need no education.
I think
He didn't get the subtext of why it was we don't need no.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's the point, dude. There's a thing going on there on purpose. Anyway.
I was gonna say I think going forward now, like with this new set of movies, I think it's gonna really like revamp and like give like a whole new like meaning to the franchise and make it even better than it already is.
Yeah, well, it's also like when you think back at those the prequel movies from like the
Early 2000s.
Yeah, the aughts.
The Anakins. The
Annies.
Yeah.
The Annie films.
What George Lucas was trying to do is he wanted to push the envelope and create new technology. That's why he tried to shoot them on digital cameras.
Right,
And he
yeah.
created all CG environments. So everyone did everything on a blue screen or green screen.
Right.
If you look at the Comic-Con reel for The Force Awakens, that's basically a giant FU.
Yeah,
to
it
Lucas,
really is. To
where
everything
they're
that he was
saying,
doing. Yep.
We're shooting on film. We're doing practical effects.
Yeah.
Anything we can do real, we will do real.
Right.
And it's an interesting dichotomy there. It's an interesting argument that they're setting up to figure out, to see which is better. And I think, in the truth, what matters is the heart. And I think that what those prequels lacked was a certain sense of heart and emotion.
This is something, I'm glad you pointed that out, because this is something that I mentioned to Bill the other day, that because I was watching the older trilogy on the remastered DVDs that came out like probably about like 5 or 6 years ago, I kind of felt like when they retouched those movies, like it looked almost newer in a sense than the ones that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Because like the CG was much more basic, and you see real people as opposed to seeing like shitty early 2000s CGI that really probably shouldn't have been used at the time.
As
They were a little
much
ahead of
as
their
he
time.
used it.
And also, like,
Exactly.
practical effects hold up a lot longer
Absolutely.
than CG.
They
Like,
do.
Yeah.
And the audiences are more forgiving when they're seeing something that was made 20 years ago,
Right.
and the effects, because there's something to people seeing people.
Right.
Right. It's something about the way that the tactile, real things appear on film.
Right.
That is just,
Right.
even if it's clunky and it's stupid and you tell how fake that fucking floating car is, at least it's a real
you
fucking
don't
floating
have
car
that
filmed in the
bad-
70s.
Right, and you don't have that obviousness of the special effect.
Right. But the lighting is
You know,
just a
because
little bit off, the discoloration.
When an effect comes out and it's the first time people are seeing it, it's an improvement on something. So it looks good, and people
Sure.
buy into it. 20 years down the road,
Yeah.
not so much,
Yeah.
because now the scale has it tipped the other way. It's gone. Things have gotten so much better.
Right.
Now, when you look back,
Yes.
You just got to realize
now
that
you see
And
the flaws.
and
Now
you got to
see the
understand
flaws.
that's what happened to George in his little silly mind. He couldn't stand looking at those tapes anymore,
Right.
and like he had to just go back in and start mucking stuff up. But it wasn't just like a simple mission of cleaning things up and fixing
all he should've done.
and adjust the coloring levels and maybe clean it and just polish it up. He had to stick new scenes in there, and then
he had a
Dom had an encounter with one of those particular scenes he told me about today.
Before I get into that, I just want to say that you got to realize when you're watching the original trilogy that the first one, episode 4, came out almost 40 years ago.
Right,
So
right,
it's
sure.
you got to
Yeah.
realize you're watching a very old movie.
Right,
It doesn't you don't think that because it's Star Wars and it always feels fresh.
it's been here forever.
But what's funny is that those
it's
practical effects, even the stuff that does come off looking like a freaking Muppet half the time, is still more realistic than the CG that you ended up seeing.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Anakin.
Some of the stuff in the Anakin trilogy wasn't terrible, but most of it was. So like, you know, like
it kind of feels outweighed.
Yoda was actually pretty solid. I think the CG they used for Yoda.
I feel like Yoda they spent some
That's
time on.
all I remember from episode 2.
That's because that was the CG that was the best.
Yeah, it was this giant
It
long
didn't look
blur.
like CG.
Yeah, like the settings
And that was
was
the one
what
thing
threw
they
me
didn't think
off.
they were going to get right.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the one thing they ended up actually getting right, and everything else looked like crap.
So
what you were mentioning was that something that I found funny from Return of the Jedi was that how at the end when they're all sitting around like the campfire or whatever, they're enjoying the party. At what planet is that on?
it's on Endor.
Endor.
After they
And
cremated.
the Tree Village.
And you know,
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. 4-year-old spoiler.
4-year-old spoiler alert for one of the most popular things ever
Actually, maybe
made.
you should say spoiler alert.
yeah,
I
really.
remember watching it way back when.
I
So
was waiting 40 years to see that.
Luke sees the ghost of
His father.
Obi-Wan, and then he sees the ghost of Yoda,
Mm-hmm.
and then next to them appears Anakin, but not Anakin from the 70s or
Yeah,
the 80s.
they
It's,
did
Well,
that.
Proust, the guy who was in the suit the whole time. Is
it's
Darth Vader.
Anakin, Hayden Christensen Anakin, that wasn't even born yet by the
right.
time Return of the Jedi came out.
Right.
So here you have some pretty solid CG that was added into a movie that was made in 1982 or whatever the year
How
was.
does that stand up?
Next to CG that was made in 1982.
Right.
So then you have these three people standing next to each other.
One of these ghosts is doing
One of
its
them,
own
which is
thing?
like perfect, nice and smooth CGI. The other one is like
Oh, blurry.
just
and
it's literally just people standing there with like fuzz in front of it.
Like, such base special effects, right.
And,
They're shining a blue light on a guy.
Yeah, it
like,
just looks. It
he's a
looks
blue
pretty terrible.
ghost. Wow, it's
They should have
weird.
just stuck to the original. I don't know if you've seen that. I'm sure you.
Yeah. If anyone, there's a great documentary on Netflix called "The People versus George Lucas."
Oh, wow, I didn't see
and a whole big crux of that documentary is that Lucas has refused to release the original theatrical cut of the movies on DVD.
Okay.
And people, they want to see both versions.
Right.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to
People are
have
entitled to see the original movie. It was
Yeah.
the original movie.
Yeah.
You're taking it away from them.
Well,
you have to have an old VHS or a Laserdisc.
I tell you right now, man, all you gotta do is let Disney know, because now that Disney owns it all, I'm sure they're looking for ways to.
You kidding?
I'm
sure
every version.
They might have in secret this thing all set up.
Oh, that might make us more money,
CGing
sure.
the whole thing, and then as soon as the new movie comes out, like
Oh yeah.
like 2 weeks before, it's like, oh, you're waiting for the new movie.
Well, they just
It's
re-released
Christmas
them, right?
time. Get the old ones.
Didn't they just re-release all the Star Wars?
They-
They announced that they're re-releasing all the original
Maybe
stuff.
they might have announced
I mean, I don't know about the theatrical version, but I'm just saying. But they're gonna, because they haven't had them on DVD in a while.
I haven't heard that announcement, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah, I think so.
They probably did.
Well, I think it's lined up, just in time for Christmas season.
They re-release that every 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. It's like everything else. But so that leads us into the Star Wars toys and a little bit of news, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So today's Friday, Force Day.
Force Friday.
Force Friday. I don't know if you saw this on the web. It's like taking over the web, because it's just like, it's the first day that they're releasing all the toys and stuff leading it up before the movie.
Okay.
So now we start the holiday season, shopping and all that.
So there's like 30 action figures, and everyone's trying to guess, like, why is this person important enough for an action
right,
figure?
exactly.
And I saw a
Names,
few
data,
people-
and stuff like that, like on the packaging.
Yeah, I saw a few people on Twitter that were actually like complaining. They were like making jokes. Thanks, Star Wars. Thanks, Lucas. Now I officially know the plot of Episode 7. Thank you. Like, just making
the
jokes.
whole thing.
I mean, and this is a J.J. Abrams thing too.
Sure.
There's been so little revealed about
Yes.
that movie.
Yes.
And I don't think you need to release anything.
No, I think
more.
they're doing good with this, considering
Yeah.
What you need to do is tell people it's Star Wars,
Yeah.
and then you will get millions of people to go see it.
Plus, it's
I
also
think Disney paid $5 billion for the
Exactly.
But here's the thing, too. Like,
yeah, those announcements, you have to go looking for those announcements to find it out. So if someone's like saying thank you for ruining the plot, that's on you, bro.
Right.
yeah, because you actually went to some site that was
You
like,
waited on-
we listed all of the spoilers that are on the toy packaging. Like, you went and sought out that site that made that list.
That, and you waited online in fucking Times Square for 5 hours.
Right.
Out of
So
the
you
day.
could buy something
So
and
you
then
could
bitch
buy
about
a
it.
child's toy.
And then complain.
Only 5 hours waiting on it?
Yeah, it's probably
depending-
55
depending.
hours.
Yeah, really.
Depending on what town he's in.
They probably had to bring a tent backpack for a little bit.
Are you kidding? These guys are outside of FAO Schwartz in Manhattan 3 days ahead of time. They got tents.
As soon as they're
barbecues,
allowed to stay, they are there.
porta potties, everything.
I propose a question that
Okay.
we will come back to in December when the movie comes out.
Okay.
I'll go around and get all of your estimates.
Right.
How long do you think people are going to be waiting outside in theaters for The Force Awakens to come out? So this is something I've been thinking of. Is it? Let me finish.
Okay,
because back in the day when Phantom Menace came out, after there was a solid period of time, there was people waiting for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But that was before people could buy tickets online, could buy tickets on their phone.
Fair enough.
So do you think that the amount of the waiting period will change because of that? Or do you think people will wait, like camp out for like a week?
I think people also feel like they got burned on doing that back then.
I don't think we'll see a lot of that on Staten Island. not necessarily in our area. Maybe
Not with 80% of Staten Island originally being from Brooklyn. Forget about it.
Bro,
You kidding? They got to sit in the dirt?
Yeah.
What are you, crazy?
Whoa, can I
These
sit in my
people that
car?
ain't seen dirt since the day they was freaking born.
been a long time.
Maybe some theaters in the city, or especially in LA, like Grauman's Chinese Theater, which is the famous
These
theater.
big hubs.
Yeah. You'll see some people coming out. I would guess probably a week or so later. And I think some people will probably camp out because they're unemployed and
They have some time.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
they have the ways and means.
they're that dedicated. Maybe they were 18 when they did that in '99, and they're like. In mid-30s now, and they don't have anyone else to care about.
The world just kind of changed for them a little bit.
Yeah, for nostalgia's sake.
Right.
That's a good point.
Years ago, it was the guys who lived in the mom's basement who camped out because they could have mom bring them food and clothes
Sure.
all that. But the guys who live in mom's basement now are the ones who are just going to go online and get the tickets.
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll get their mom to get them 5 hours ahead of time and drive them down there. And then they'll sit outside with mom going to get the coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
I gotta be honest with you. I was first online to see Age of Ultron when that came out. But I mean, the line
In the whole country?
on Staten Island.
How long were you waiting?
Probably only 30, 45 minutes.
See, there you go.
That was the next thing I was gonna say was that there wasn't a fucking Star Wars sized line for that
Yeah.
movie.
So, I mean, it's a fair question because I think that the whole people got burned on. Because that didn't happen, because we've been talking about it working a little bit. And so that didn't happen with the next Star Wars movie that came out. It didn't happen with Clones.
No.
And certainly not to that degree. Because so many diehard fans walked out of that
Yeah.
dejected that it wasn't going to happen again for them. They're not going to I'm not going to let George Lucas get me again. I'll see it when I fucking see it. You know what I mean? For the second one.
They still saw it a second time.
Oh, absolutely. Because they have to remember exactly what they hated. 'Cause that's the key with some of these people. I forget exactly why I hated it. I got to go back.
There was a joke I saw online when the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. Fans were online going, "Saw it. Not sure whether or not I liked it. I'm gonna have to see it again tomorrow to figure it out."
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, I think he did his job right there. I'm not sure, but I think they're fine with that. But so did you see? So now you're not hip to any of this. Did you happen to see this BB-8? You know what BB-8 is?
I know what BB-8 is.
Okay. Now, did you happen to see this online that they have now got a toy coming out, and it's got the whole physicality and the movement and the wackily bobbly head kind of thing going on, but it's like the size of the eyeball in your head basically.
It's a little bit big.
And it's you control it with your phone. It's
an app on your phone.
That's awesome.
And
it's pretty cool. It's worth checking out the video online to see it. But it's like Bill said, $150.
Yeah,
so
for
if you got
something
$150 laying around, that you're gonna probably get run over by a car.
Right, it's gonna go down a sewer drain. You're gonna be fucked.
People pay that.
The kids are going to bring it in the bathroom with it, because they want to play with it in there and then drop it in the toilet.
Oh, this thing's gonna get taken away at schools like Tamagotchis.
I mean, how many people do we see at the comic shop every week drop $150 at a statue?
Jesus.
You gotta have it.
Sure.
Absolutely. People pay money for that. That sounds pretty cool.
Absolutely.
It is. It's
definitely a cool item, but it is also so small. It's going to...
Yeah.
It's very
That's
small.
my thing. That was my only.
I don't know why they didn't make it life size.
That's the other question.
If you're going to make something $150, make it so...
There are
I can hold
videos.
it
There
in
are
one hand
videos of guys doing DIY versions of the full-size BB-8s. Like, oh, here's how you can make one at home if you, happen to have all of this engineering equipment in your garage, like these guys do. You know what I mean?
Now it's going to be 3D printers.
Well, that too.
They're just going to come out with. They're going to have the plans, the CAT plans online. Download it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
That's that. Yeah, sure.
probably
Just
just
sharing it all
make a
online.
nice 15-inch friggin' doll.
There you go.
Yeah, just gotta buy a little motor to put inside it.
Well, that's the thing. You just have to have the right gyroscopes, and they've got the software. They've written the code to make it operate.
You can cut each part out individually and assemble it all. No problem. Someone will do that.
I don't know if it's really worth the 35, 40 grand on the 3D printer for a little BB-8 15-inch guy.
That's fair enough. How much all these things add up to?
How many $15 blocks of plastic are you going to burn your way through to make one?
The printer itself is like almost
Each piece.
They've come down. They've come
a
down.
luxurious car.
All right. So back to the store.
You can get them for about $1,200 now.
Yeah, but the ones that
You can
print,
get ones online for $350 that'll do
Yeah.
a doll this big.
yeah, little guys. But if you want a 15, 20 inch,
We were kind of at that point talking.
I was looking at them.
We were kind of talking about life size though. That's kind of
15 inches. You can do. There's one you can get for $1,800 that does 15-inch dolls.
Sure.
15
Speaking of
inches.
dolls,
Okay.
Dolls.
also in Star Wars news. This will be the last bit of Star Wars news, I guess, for a little while. Benicio del Toro.
Ooh, he's the villain. I saw that headline.
Yeah.
He's the villain for episode 8.
Yeah. We haven't even got 7 yet, and we're lining up guys for 8.
Here we go.
Another mumbling
I love
space
Benicio
hunter.
del Toro. Benicio del Toro was in
house?
both Bob's and my favorite movie,
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah?
which is The Usual Suspects.
All right, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
he played Fenster, and no one understood a word he said. That's
great.
I'm a flipper, flippy for real.
I'm a flipper for real.
Had a guy's finger up my asshole tonight. Is it Friday already?
Those are good lines.
But, so he's going to be in there. So,
Marvel mouth the whole movie.
yeah, and it's like Star Wars was going to be weird enough without you, Benicio. You're just going to weird it up to a whole nother level. Like, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was weird until he
Who needs
walked
Jar Jar
on.
Binks?
I thought the talking raccoon and the walking tree were weird in Guardians until he walked on. He's like, I'm just going to steal the whole movie. I'm just going to steal the movie from everybody.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you have to just let go, because
Absolutely.
he's gonna do whatever the hell he wants.
And you're going to love it in the end, so just let him do it. Just let him do it. Just let him do it. Especially in those kinds of roles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you get him, like the movie he's got coming out with Emily Blunt, Sicario.
Yeah, that's like Border Town.
It's a straightforward thing. He plays that kind of character. There's no wackiness to that.
Yeah.
But when you let him be wacky, he's so good at it. He's so good at it.
And he's going to be a swashbuckling adventurer kind of guy in Star Wars.
We don't really know. We just know he's official now.
I could
We don't
see
know
him
anything
doing
about
something
episode
like
7.
that. I could
What do
see
I
him
mean?
replacing Chewbacca, because you can't understand Chewbacca either. Just put him in the seat.
They gotta give him a costume or something like that. He's gotta have a wacky wild
He doesn't have to
costume.
go, like Chewbacca.
No, but I mean, he's
Just
just
give him lines. Great.
great. That's an alien language. We love it. That's probably what he'll do. He'll be one of those guys.
Yeah.
He'll make up an alien language on his downtime.
Exactly.
And speak his lines like he's one shot away from alcohol poisoning.
I'm just in character. I'm just in character.
I don't think I understand.
Print.
So also in nerdy news is Bob didn't see it, but on Arrow they gave Diggle. Oof! I'm glad your response was oof.
The only response
And you know what?
is
During the break,
I gotta pull it up now.
during the break, I watched the trailer for Arrow season 4, and I was impressed. I watch the show regularly. I'm caught up. I'm excited for the new season.
You did watch that intently.
Yeah,
You would have definitely.
You were in there.
Yeah, and let
Well,
me
we were
tell
also
you,
talking as he was watching it, so he had to kind of focus. He was trying to really watch
You
it.
could have set his hair on fire. He wasn't moving.
I love this show.
well, those, I'm studying. Everything's happening so fast. You try to, you're getting off these like half-second clips.
No, you're right.
to see what's going on
For a whole season, you're trying to put it in context.
But I saw a picture of Diggle's suit.
All right, so let me show Bob a picture of Diggle's suit. This is the suit. Now, this guy
I
is
gotta
not.
tell you, woof.
So now on the show, this guy has been you know, he's a main player and all, but he's not really a superhero guy. He's kind of like, you know, helpful Harry, paramilitary kind of background, I guess, right? Is that the thing?
And you know, they want to set up that, you know, he has a family now and he wants to hide his identity.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yes.
So they give him a mask.
Oh, I thought I would have explained that.
I just thought that he was just like.
protect him from like mind people telepath.
Yeah, it looks
Not
reading his
to protect him from
But something you guys gotta
champion?
realize, this slides down, this middle piece.
Yeah.
It slides down. So,
Oh,
it's
so he's
full
got a
mask.
visor. So he's got a visor. So it's
It
a
looks
jacked
like
up motorcycle helmet.
It's like this weird cross between Magneto's helmet and Darth Vader's helmet, and it just doesn't.
A little bit of gladiator helmet.
And I don't know if it was just that one picture. I gotta see how this thing looks.
Yeah.
You know, on TV when it's filmed, but that one pic is not very flattering.
I gotta be honest with you.
It's got a chin strap.
If you like take out his mat, like the
His
helmet,
head?
the mask,
Because right now where you have it, his head is completely gone.
The suit itself looks
this leather
looks pretty
jacket,
sweet.
I like this
Looks
leather
pretty sweet.
jacket. This leather jacket and leather shirt
check out
combo.
that. Like that looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
If they just released that picture right there,
Yeah,
I
and
would've
then, you
been- I
know, he
would've
looks
had
like
it.
Lawrence Fishburne
From
in
the
the Matrix.
from the chin strap down.
Oh my god, it actually has a chin strap.
Bro, I wasn't kidding.
Actually, from the neck down, it could be Nick Fury.
I wasn't kidding. You might have thought
Actually
that was
has
a
a chin
goatee or
strap.
something, but
See that?
Yeah.
He's got.
he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
That kind of helmet for special people,
Exactly.
so they don't lose the helmet.
Well, Diggle, we're finally going to let you out in the public now as a helpful Harry, so you're going to have to
do the
wear
voice.
this.
Bill posted
Now,
this on Twitter.
Make
and his
sure
caption
you
was,
strap your chin strap before you go fight Arrow.
If you think this looks cool, we can't hang. That was Bill's caption.
That was my
picture.
tweet on that one.
Yeah, and like I understand why they're doing it, and I think the idea for the suit was great. It's just the execution on this. It's got me wondering.
I'd be fine with him, like, you know, I don't know, he sells it for scrap or something like that, and he has to get another one. You know, any storyline where it's about Diggle getting a new helmet, I'm fine with.
Well,
But then again, I don't watch the show.
yeah,
To be honest with you.
we'll know for sure. Like if like half a dozen episodes in, you know, whoever the villain of the week, or you know, like the if someone from Flash guest stars on Arrow,
Right,
and they
right.
look at Diggle and go, that is really ugly. Then we'll know that the producers got the message.
Who's making your helmets? Oakley?
Yeah.
Like, what's up
I
with
kind
that?
of
There's too
feel
much
like
going on.
they'll have Cisco be like, dude, you gotta let me make you a new helmet.
Because every time Cisco comes to town, he ends up making something while he's there. Oh, I'll save your storyline. I'm in town.
I'm just like an engineering scientist. I know how to make costumes and everything too.
I make anything. I make anything that's pot convenient.
But you want to show Bill, you could like glue stuff to that.
It would just take too long. It just you know how my process is. It would just take too long. I gotta stare at it for 3 days.
And for some reason, I decided to work for pennies for a madman.
So, also a little bit of news is local
Staten Island hero.
Staten Island local actor Theo Rossi has been signed on to this Luke Cage show that's coming to Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's that. Dom was a big fan of Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy. I don't know if you've ever watched that, either one of you guys. But,
Nah.
I thought it was a great show,
It's on the list.
and
I watch mainly shows.
I have
with
a
Black.
list too. I watch BBC stuff. Okay.
well, he's
By the way, you mentioned the BBC so much, you would think that you had like 35 shows that you watch on the BBC.
I know, I only have a handful.
Listen, I watch a lot of BBC, and let me tell you,
Yeah.
like, meanwhile,
Honestly,
it's like
though,
Meanwhile,
four
it's
fucking
it's
shows.
meanwhile,
If you're from-
I watch a lot of BBC because there's nothing else on TV, and half the time I got my computer on it.
Right, so you just end up leaving it on that channel.
if you're from America, though, if you watch one BBC show, it's a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, pound for pound, average. But so your boy Theo,
Yeah. So, anyways, he was a pretty huge character on Sons of Anarchy.
yeah, he's got a decent
I've
following.
never really seen him on anything else, to be honest with you. I don't really think he's had
I know
much.
you've seen him on. You've seen him on the road.
But yeah, I actually I see him every once in a while. Like I do go to the same gym as him, so I see him like every once in a while at the gym.
Do you spot him?
No. Yesterday, actually, I was sitting in traffic, and I saw him run by my car. He was jogging. He had like a hood on.
Yeah, you're not stalking him.
No,
No, not at all.
I actually followed him and I yelled down. I rolled down my window.
Him
I
in
said,
traffic.
"Hey Theo, congrats on the news, buddy." No, I didn't do that.
I didn't even give him half a glance.
I'm really not as much of a fanboy for him as Bill makes it out to be.
I'm only teasing.
I just think it's cool that because like we come from such a small place that really doesn't have a lot of famous people come from it. Like,
small town.
Well, this particular.
I was talking about Staten Island.
We got Christina Aguilera. We got Vinny from the Jersey Shore.
Hey.
We got a lot of deniers. That's
Lady Gaga actually also lived on Staten Island for a little while.
I heard she took a bus through here
when she was a kid.
All Staten Islanders need to do.
I heard that too, but yeah.
Well, the thing with Lady Gaga, the misconception about that is that she was born here.
Kid that was on One Day at a Time years ago. Hey, let me see here.
You done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You sure?
Ricky Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder. There you go.
It wasn't One Day at a Time.
So, anyways,
Silver Spoons. Anyway,
there's
Silver Spoons. One Day at a Time was the kid.
That little kid?
That dark-haired kid.
Oh,
the boy
okay.
that came on the show to save
Schneider?
the show. Schneider, the one that was like Schneider's kid.
The dog kid, the one with a wacky leg.
the kid they brought on the show when it was all about like every show had to bring in a kid when it was the show was starting to slip.
And then shows about the little kids, like different strokes, they'd bring in another kid.
Right.
To replace the kid.
Dom, you were interrupted at some point.
No.
I'm just saying. I know we got off track. You were saying something.
No, just to end with that, Theo Rossi seems like he's a pretty cool actor. I've only seen him in one thing. I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm excited for him for this because, like I said, he's a local guy. I went to the same high school as him.
You don't follow around and masturbate to him,
No.
like we were implying earlier.
Not anymore.
I feel that sense of
Local bond.
Local pride.
my Farrell brother. So,
You went to Farrell too?
Yeah.
You and
I'm
him
Farrell
and
graduate.
you too? And he's probably wearing Farrell colors on an undershirt right there. I see this little some maroon pipe.
guys
I'm wearing the ring.
Got the ring. Nice.
Don't forget the guys
Remember
from
Practical Jokers?
Practical Jokers. Hey, man.
Hey, this Staten Islanders on TV too.
Yeah, they went to Dom school. They go back.
We had the same Spanish teacher.
Oh,
Yes, so did I, Senor Alonso.
Turns out,
Shout out to Senor Alonso.
there's only one Spanish teacher. I guess.
What year are you?
I graduated last year.
Oh, okay.
Fresh out the pen.
I probably know a bunch of your friends too.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. But all right.
It's a small
Small world.
Exactly.
Small island. I say it all the time.
So, do we got anything else for news here, Bill?
Last thing I got is that Perlmutter's out of Marvel. He's out of the way over there at Marvel.
Well, okay, he's still in charge of Marvel's
TV.
entertainment.
He can still give the TV wing a hard time.
Yeah, but and he's still in charge of publishing.
Right.
But he's not in charge of Marvel Studios.
Right. So Disney has changed.
These nuts.
These nuts have changed, baby.
Yeah.
So Disney has, they sure have over time, changed the way that the whole structure is. And Kevin Feige now reports straight to the Disney head over there. Perlmutter, if you don't know, has basically been
So he reports to Darth Vader.
Lady Vader, I guess, if you want to be politically correct. But so
I think
he's
Darth is a standing, right? No, I'm sorry. No, Darth is a name.
Darth.
No, that's a
Title.
It's a title.
Title. Which has to be earned. It has to be earned or bestowed upon you.
All right, so Darth Vader would be correct.
So anyway, this fucker. Anyway,
Yeah, he's the CEO of Marvel.
So he's the CEO of Marvel, but he had been reportedly, the big freaking pain in the ass over
he's
there.
a little bit of a control freak.
A little bit of a control freak. He's got some real big quirks. And
bit of a micromanager.
bit of a
Hasn't allowed anyone to take a picture of him since the
reading some
mid-90s.
stories, man. Now that
Really?
they shifted him around, the stories
That
are coming
almost
out.
sounds a little like what's his name? Crazy guy built a giant plane out of wood.
Hughes.
Howard
Hughes?
Howard
Yeah,
Hughes.
That's almost Howard
Yeah,
Hughes.
yeah,
right
he's
there.
got some quirks.
Yeah,
this
no,
guy.
this is-
So basically, like one of the things.
There's a great article on Bleeding Cool about this whole
Yeah,
story.
yeah. Birth movies, death nowadays, buddy. Oh no, I'm talking something else. Yeah, but both sides. Devin's got some good stuff on Birth movies, death. Formerly Badass Digest. That's what I thought you said for some reason. But Bleeding Cool has been following it even more so lately. But between those two sites, you're getting all kinds of like shit coming out of the woodwork. So basically, this is the kind of guy who was like, because he came from Toy Biz. One of the ways that Marvel got out of bankruptcy is that Toy Biz bought up Marvel's shares and infused it with new money. But that meant Carl Perlmutter now was is Ike Perlmutter that was now in charge to a degree. So a lot of these mandates that have come down more recently that have had fans perplexed have all come from him. reportedly, like, he's the guy who was like, we don't make Black Widow fucking action figures because girl action figures don't sell.
Okay, that's...
But it's like, you know, but now everybody's clamoring for them.
Right.
Because it's like, you know.
Right, it's the hot thing now. I mean, you got Supergirl coming out.
Well,
also,
Jessica Jones.
Also, with the
it's money left on the table. It's stupid. It's like, okay, then just don't do the print run as high. Like, don't, you know? But why not make them at all?
Right. Do a test
You
run.
know,
At least.
they do a few here or there, but it's like if you find any Black Widow action figure type stuff, it's like the holy grail. Like,
well, also with the leaked emails from Sony, evidently he was the guy who said, "Well, female superhero movies don't make money." You know, he cited like Supergirl and Elektra, which. He's right. They were flops, but it wasn't because they were female superheroes. It was because they were bad movies.
And look how far back you have to go to find another one before Elektra. You have to go all the way back. So it's like, what kind of examples are you giving? No one's giving it a shot. Right. You know what I mean? It's like saying, like, you know, you're going to base all freaking, you know, water-based movies on Waterworld.
Well, it's basing bad sales on bad product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, you know, but then they're looking at that and they're saying, well, then we can't release good product because we're not selling.
It's a bullshit argument that he probably had to make because he was painted into a corner and wanted to stand his ground. He was like, well, look at these two examples. And it's like, yeah, buddy, but it's a whole different era. Even from Elektra, like, things have changed so much.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, you know?
That's like, isn't that almost like 20 years anyway?
Basically, yeah. So now, basically what this means, though, is that Marvel now, ideally, will have less interference and less of a logjam, and plus they've also looks like they've squashed the whole
the creative committee.
The creative committee.
Which then I'm not so. I like the idea that
I like the idea of it, but now I'm from what I'm reading, it's like how many things did they kind of slow down or put a halt process on because there was another link in the chain that now you had to appease these guys or to a degree follow their notes. So it's like you already got studio notes. You got all these different layers, and like they weren't timely with their responses and shit like that. It would cause delays and shit like that.
I mean, the one thing is it will probably make the process smoother. I just like the idea that you had some kind of a check of people who were familiar with the source material, who can make sure that a movie didn't get too far from the comics.
Yeah, well, I think so too. I think it's at the very least, maybe you don't need them there all the time. I think when you start planning the phases, I think that's where you need them. Like, you know what I mean? To say, okay, you know, we've kind of mapped out these 4 movies, you know, 5 movies, whatever it is, and all right, we don't need to assemble the fucking holy committee here every time. Like, you know what I mean? As we then come out of this phase, we'll put everybody back together. Because I mean, it's Joe Quesada, it's Brian Bendis, it's Feige, it's, you know, it's all the heavy hitters. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like you probably really don't need them together on every project. If you're being honest about it, like, you know, it's probably a little too much. You know, if those guys all get together and map out those projects once.
Well, it's also the kind of thing, you know, like to make sure they don't fuck up Black Panther, they don't fuck up Captain Marvel, and they get the basic
That's true
dynamics.
too. That some of these characters that are newer and nuance might be lost or approach is being shifted because it's a, you know. I don't know, because it's a newer first appearance in that medium. Like, you know what I mean? It's the first time Black Panther's going to be on film. You can get away with tweaking his character probably more because it's not in the public conscious of what that guy is or what he's about. Yeah. So that's probably why you need something like the committee to kind of make sure that stays reasonably on track.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I think this is an interesting turning point. I think this is the kind of moment that 10 years from now, if Marvel's doing well or not doing well, this, you know...
We'll see a change at this point. And the article I read pointed that similar thing out. It was like, so it won't be these next 2 movies. Like, you'll notice anything, if anything is noticeable. You know, Civil War and...
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. It'll, if you feel anything or notice anything different, it'll come in the productions after that. But, on to other things. Okay. I thought we'd give this a shot real quick. So, in the last week or so, last month...
Ooh, there's a box.
I subscribed to that dang Loot Crate.
Loot Crate?
So, Loot Crate is like you give them $13 and they send you loot in a box or a crate.
Sometimes really cool stuff, evidently.
Yeah, every month. So, I'm going to crack this open and see what I got. Now, this box is already 3 weeks old, so it's already gone all over the net of what's in here, but... I figured maybe it's like
there's a surprise element for us.
Well, that's what I mean. It's
Because I have no clue what's in it.
I have no clue.
I see Marvel.
Whoa.
Is there a theme?
There is, I think it's villains. We'll let some of you guys describe some of this crap out here. Dom, what am I handing you? I don't even know.
You just handed me a DC Comics, the Joker, painted wooden figure. I'm sorry for my mispronunciation. It's looking pretty cool, man.
Yeah, open that up. See what that is. Bobby, are you going to... How about you get involved, too?
Great audio.
Yes, this plastic wrapper is great.
Captain America.
Oh, it's a low foil.
This is a Captain
Oh, we
America.
got ourselves an apron
Looks like
from Los Pollos Hermanos.
I already got one. And that one's a better quality.
well, dude. I'll use one to cook.
You'll buy your own. As a matter of fact, though, Los Pollos Hermanos.
I have
this
here
is,
what
this
looks
is my
to be
face.
a package of Captain America condoms. It's
Oh,
about the
okay.
size of a couple of condoms.
Does it say anything revealing on the outer...
I don't think it's kind
Not that I can see without my glasses. It does have the Hydra symbol on it.
Uh-oh.
And
Careful, Bob. Don't want to hurt you.
EFX. Let's see if I can get this open.
You got some little stuffs in there, too, still. You can take that out and get that, so.
It's got a little bit of a Joker theme going on here
Oh, yeah?
with this box.
And ooh, we have something here. Hydra. It looks like it's a charm for a necklace or a pin.
Let's see what this is here. Oh, yeah, I can see why you couldn't read a tiny print on a white print on a black background. Smart move.
In the Dark Studio.
This is a official prop replica of the pin, of the Hydra pin that they wear in the first Captain America movie. Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
This is actually one of the best loot crates I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is pretty freaking awesome.
All right.
I got two pins here also.
What's this one, Bill?
Well, I didn't open that one. Yeah, that's a mystery.
I can read on the box.
Fuck, it says it over there. Oh, wow. So this is...
That's pretty awesome, man.
This is a Carnage. It says Carnage 16-ounce molded mug.
Dude, I guarantee you if you bought this mug...
This is like...
If you bought this mug in the comic shop, it would cost you... Or like in, not just
at least
not
it's
just the
the same
comic shop.
prices I
Not
paid
just the
for
comic
this
shop,
box.
but anywhere. This is a $25...
Yeah, I was just going to say $25. Oh,
Nice.
dude, that's nice.
It's very nice.
Very
That's a $25 mug for
Sure.
$13 with other cool
You know
shit.
what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, how could you not want to give this a shot? Like, I really...
And that automatically comes out of your bank account every month?
Yes.
Well, I paid I did, because they got it on plans. You could do just 1 month, you could do 3, you could do a half year, a year. So I did 3 months. But what really got me, because I wanted to do it kind of for a while, but then when I went to the site to do this, I saw that last month they had given away, in the robots one, like a head probably about the size of my hand, of Terminator skull. Like a die-cast metal, I think it was die-cast metal. At the very least, it looked really good. It looked like die-cast. And it was, up top like that. And plus, too, it's like maybe some of this will become prizes for the show, for future guests, not for Ed.
You missed
Maybe
out,
next
Ed.
time.
Sorry, Ed. Maybe if you had delayed this, episode appearance, we would have opened this week and then next week.
Yeah. Well, not for nothing, but that little, even though it's small, that thing's actually pretty cool that I got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that little translucent
Yeah, that's nice.
green
Green
goblin.
goblin.
Yeah, it's all right.
Anything
You know?
free is good.
I went
to
into
me.
the prize box. I just grabbed whatever was on top. To be honest with you, that's why I didn't think from last.
When no one was looking at CBJ, you took what was right there at the counter.
No, fuck that. Not me.
No.
Not that store.
No, Bill's favorite place on the planet. He would never do that.
So these are just generic Loot Crate kind of pins for this month. They
Wear
put
them
out.
at Comic Con.
Oh, I like the Loot Crate official badge. But yeah, that kind of worked out pretty good. Oh, this is just all about the month. This is like a little booklet they put out.
Yeah.
All right. No t-shirt. I got an apron now.
The apron's cool.
No, the apron's definitely cool. And like I said, because I bought, I didn't buy it, but I got it for a gift. I got the box set for Breaking Bad, the final season. The series. No series, and that's one of the things. But it's a compressed loot, Pollo Hermanos apron. But it's one of those things that's like,
It's like in a little capsule.
yeah, like you're gonna open it up, and throw it in water, and it expands and knocks over the freaking lamp and stuff like that, or whatever.
And then when it dries, it's an apron.
Yeah, right. And it's like so thin, like I got one of those T-shirts
Oh,
once
yeah.
that comes all compressed like that.
Yeah,
from some
like-
giveaway.
They're like the T-shirts that you give to girls with wet T-shirts.
Yeah, like
you wear-
legally, like I don't even know if you can call it a T-shirt. It's like this is 7
This
threads.
is cheese. This is
Try
cheese
to put it. Yeah, try to put it in a washing machine.
Yeah, it just jams up the whole system. It just gets all
shrink
snagged.
Just dissolves. Like a
It's
shrinky
wastes, right? Dissolves away to nothing. It's like you put it in water once, don't put it in water again. Apply water once.
Water twice.
All right,
It's
so
washing away for a reason.
next up on the list, kids, is that we're going to talk about the walking, the fear
Fear the
Fear
of the Walking
fear the Walking Dead. No, not a fear of.
Fear.
Just
of the
fear the Walking Dead. Just fear them. Just be worried.
No,
I had that debate with someone the other day because they were saying Fear of the Walking Dead, but that's what the title was. That's what the name of the
Oh,
show
they were
is.
swearing it?
And I said, let me just put something in logical terms for you. If it was Fear of the Walking Dead, that would imply that the Walking Dead have some fear in them, right? Because if you're talking about fear of something,
Right. I
right?
guess.
Fear of Ed's fears.
Wait a minute.
No.
Well, fear of. I guess it depends on how you look at it, because it could be like,
Oh, my fear of Ed.
yeah.
Okay, but it could also be
Fear of, like, you know.
No, I got you. But I appreciate most out of that is that you laid down the grammar Nazi fucking full blast on somebody,
Exactly.
which I don't know if that has anything to do with me, but I'm gonna take credit for it. Like I feel like I'm rubbing off on you. I'm making you more cynical and obnoxious in public.
No.
No.
Now, I will say
It was already there.
one of the emails that I sent to you.
Oh.
I'll just repeat the question.
Sure.
Gentlemen,
Yeah, as
is
always.
Fear the Walking Dead worthy of an after show hosted by Chris Hardwick?
Not yet.
Yeah.
And I don't
Not
even
yet.
know if the main show is always worthy of an after show because sometimes it's just like you're talking about the show too much, you're over dissecting it, and you're
Yeah.
kind of like giving shit away sometimes. Like,
I mean, that's their job.
yeah. I feel like season opener, season ender, you want to do that shit? Definitely. You know what I mean? Especially if a show's getting kind of numbers like that. Why not?
Yeah,
But-
they did that every episode of the last season of Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Just the last season.
And I can
so
get
it's
that too.
understandable,
Like,
you know.
I think Breaking Bad did it with the finale, but they didn't do it with the regular
No, Breaking
season.
Bad did it the last 8 episodes.
Is that how it went? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but I think it's the kind of thing. A lot of times with Talking Dead, it's more just kind of like a support group for everyone trying to get over who died in that episode.
But I would rather have more of that. But then if the show is so... Because it's
Yeah.
a show and it's got to do 20 fucking things all times.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll talk about this thing for 5 seconds. And then we're going to go over to this thing online that 17 people did. And then we're going to go over here and it's Chris Hardwick. I really love Chris Hardwick, but he talks a little bit too fucking fast. But I can relate to that.
Hi, I'm Chris Hardwick. Welcome to The Talking Dead. You can
Yeah.
follow me on the Nerdist podcast.
Yeah, I'm 25 things I already said. Okay. At midnight. Points. So, but besides that, though, like, yeah, this show hasn't. Maybe in another season or two, because it
Yeah.
becomes something else, or it earns that kind of a thing. It's too soon for
And
it.
it's also it's a very different type of show.
Now you're watching it. You're
I actually
watching.
think they should make a show like that for after Fear the Walking Dead because it'll wake the people up after watching Fear the Walking Dead.
You know, at least it'll try to like.
All right,
you know,
now we get to the after show. We'll get the lowdown and
They'll tell me what happened. They'll tell me what happened. What
I fell asleep. Let me know. So, what do we think about the show? Let's do that, right?
I
think it's a little mixed for most.
I
people.
think it's a little too early to judge, to be honest, because it's only 2 episodes in. Like, to really tell, like, you know, if the show's good or bad. But I gotta say, the first episode was very slow, like Bob said. I almost fell asleep a few times. But second episode, I think it was strong, and I think it kind of gives you a little hope for what's to come.
Yeah, it's a very different approach.
Right.
Because you are starting from the beginning of the incident. It's not like on the original show where you started a month in, you woke up with Rick and everything was
and everything's already kind of going.
Yeah. So I don't think you'll get a really good feel for the direction the show is heading probably until season 2. But you know what we've seen so far, I think there are some interesting moments and some interesting characters, and it's still getting its feet.
No, I totally agree. I feel like, you know, also what's evident of that is you start to realize how they're pacing this show. So, like 2 episodes, it's still the first day. Because in the second episode, like, you know, the way it was, I noticed it was like, oh yeah. In the first episode, she said to the boyfriend, I'm going to go meet you at your house. So now it's later on that afternoon. At the end of the school day, she goes there. Whatever happens, happens. But they are rolling it out so slow that, like, it's like, dude, is this real time? Like, is this like 24 all over again? Like, how, like, you know, I'm not saying speed it up necessarily, go too quick either. I get why you're doing a slow rollout. You want us to feel this whole transition as society's going to break down, that I think we're going to see more of, obviously, in the next couple of episodes. Like, the meat that we're all kind of waiting for. I think that's the thing, too. It's like, that meat that we know is coming, like, we kind of want that now. It's like, okay, if I can't have the zombies, fine. But give me the societal breakdown shit. Like, I kind of want that. I wanted that a little bit more sooner.
Yeah, I think the problem with the show is that it's just, you're not, you know, I hate when I lose it. You know, you get the thought, and then in the middle of verbalizing it, you lose it.
Just when it's time.
Yeah. One other interesting thing I was going to say is the. I'm sorry.
No.
Did you get it?
I was trying to fan
I froze, so you go ahead.
Okay. No.
I had brain freeze.
Is that the scope is still small?
Right.
You know, you're not. You know, you're still seeing it from one family's point of view.
Right. And this was the thing I kind of had an issue with, because I started feeling like they were kind of falsifying, like, the reality. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
People would be
what I was trying to think of.
People would be all over their TVs. People would be all over their radios. That kid, like, once he's like, "Oh, it's on the radio. Let's find some news on the radio." And they're like, "No, we don't." Like, fuck that. Like, they just tell them to turn it off, and like,
right. Or even when the kid, she finds the knife on the kid, she takes him in the office, and he starts telling her,
right,
about look, there's stuff that's going on. Whenever, like, you know, at some point, his fear is palpable.
Right.
She doesn't stop and say, okay, well, maybe there's something to this, and maybe I gotta ask him more.
Or maybe this kid is crazy. Let me call his parents.
Right.
She doesn't do either of those fucking things that she probably should do in that moment, now that I think about it. Way to go, counselor.
No, she's been a guidance counselor for 10 years.
She knows that's all
He's probably
bullshit.
figuring like, oh, these kids' parents are probably fucking stupider than he is.
Yeah, you can also say that she's been, as long as she's been a counselor.
Where is he learning all this conspiracy stuff from?
Yeah.
Who, me?
No.
No.
The student.
The kid.
Yeah, true, yeah. Right, no.
He's learning it at home. But no, it's a fair point. I mean,
I mean, and it's just, it continues from there. It's you know, no one's watching their TVs, like you said.
it's this convenient way that they're kind
They're
of,
not.
you know, suddenly, like, these people have the imperative, though, to go and handle this issue.
Right. When you see,
But
on
they're
TV,
not watching any of it, though.
Right. Yeah, but when they do see it on TV, that the cop is like at the guy, and the guy's like ambling towards him, and they're loading him full of lead.
Right.
Bam, and he's not falling. At some point, don't you say, well, you know what? Maybe I should see what the hell's going on with that.
Right. Or,
You know, just to find out a little bit of detail.
That was also an interesting social commentary, and this is probably accidental with all the talk we've had of shootings in the last year, the last 6 months. That you have these scenes where, you know, there are cops who are shooting people in the streets, and reasonably people see that on TV and they're starting these giant protests, and they don't understand the reason why those things are happening.
Right. It is an interesting kind of thing to have that going on right now as a story point.
I did think that was like very ironical.
You know, I mean, I'm like, I wonder how much these guys really had like, when they were getting up to the wire, like, they thought that was going to be like a problem or an issue, like, once it aired or something. But my problem with the story is also, too, is that, like, when they do see that fucking thing, I feel like they put it together too quickly, exactly what it is, kind of like what's going on, without having a whole lot of outside information that adds up to them being able to really see it, like, and be this worried. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, they see some dude get shot on the highway that gets up and stuff like that. People will dismiss that shit.
Well,
bath salts, whatever.
Right.
Well, I think it's
like,
like
these people have all put two and two together, and they've got 6.
Well, remember,
You know what I mean?
it's just those 3 people who were there, and they experienced it. The sister has no context, and they thought she thinks that they're all crazy. It's just them, and you know, you see all, you know, everyone in LA is rioting over this because they don't understand what's going on yet.
Right.
But yet, how is she still in the dark when all the rioting is going on? The little girl should know something.
But I also hear
Not
too,
everything, but something.
And also,
We live in an age of cell phones.
that too, and also like if a group of people that's your family is telling you something that's like dramatic and is like very serious, and they're very passionate about it, I think you should probably.
I think you
go
would.
with it.
I think as much as it
that
would be
your
ridiculous,
impulse.
I think if everybody Right. This is my drunken rule. Like, everybody at the bar is telling you a drunk asshole, you're a drunk asshole. It's time to listen to them.
Yeah, but she's not a drunk asshole. She's a whiny little bitch.
For the most part. But what I'm trying to get at is that, like,
I was gonna say one and the same.
Hey, I've been there. But I'm just saying that, like, it's a thing where, if all these characters are saying it, it's one of these convenient things. It's also, too, it's like when no one actually gets a chance to explain anything because a phone rings. Or because, like, even when, like, how long is she going to go before someone gets a moment to stop to say to her, oh, this is actually what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Instead of, just run with us, we don't have time. Really. It's like this convenience because they don't want to bury you in exposition, but they fucking should sometimes.
Right. And, if the kid's in the car with the parents who are running around frantically, as he's going like this, looking around as he's driving, be like, oh, listen, guys are running through the streets to get them killed by cops, but they're taking like 50, 60 bullets to do it. Something's going on. We got to figure this out.
Even if you did the old school of, well, let me tell you what's happening. And then we cut the commercial and then we come back. Or we go to another scene and then come back. Like, you know what I mean? Because we just don't have the time. We'll set that up. It's an off-camera thing. We'll come back.
Right.
Bar Karma style. We'll come back as if there was a 25-minute conversation.
Obviously, this isn't going to happen.
That's an in-joke.
Obviously, this isn't going to happen. But
for you and me, that's it.
Maybe only me.
Yeah, I heard the bar comment thing, and I just
Probably mostly me.
So obviously, this wouldn't happen.
Right.
But I think a really interesting thing for them to do, for the sister to find out, was if the kid, how we left him in the episode. He was coming out of like the
guy who was sick.
Yeah, the kid
the
Nick.
boyfriend.
The kid Nick. No, the kid Nick.
The son. Okay,
the son.
Nick,
Her brother.
Yeah.
He was bugging out.
Oh, yeah, the DTs.
True.
If he died, he comes back, and her seeing him like that would take her to believe.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
But
sooner or later, I'm kind of.
I think that's what would really take for the show to really prove itself.
If
that main character dies.
Oxy too.
And that is the kind of thing
maybe that'll happen.
that the show would probably do. That is the kind of thing I could see on a current show. Like they do that kind of thing. Like they'll hold off the big reveal on for a certain character. Like they don't.
Can
know
you see that kid dying this early though?
Who, that son?
No. Yeah.
No.
I don't need that.
I think the son, the kid who's detoxing.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna outlive everyone. I think
probably right.
I think we probably won't see any of them die. If we do see them die this season, which I hope a couple of them, not to name names, but a couple. You know what I mean? If we do see that, it would be later in the season, probably like even the last episode of the season. Actually be a cliffhanger, probably. Kind of thing.
Thinking about it, the way she might find out if she still doesn't believe people from just they're explaining it to her.
Right.
She goes back to the boyfriend's house.
Okay.
If you put two and two together at the end of the episode, you know that he's probably went full on zombie now because you see the parents.
Right.
Well, you don't see the parents. You see their luggage cases in the driveway. So you would assume that he attacked them and they're done now also. So she might go back to the house and see him.
Now that you're talking about the daughter, I'm thinking that maybe the daughter's one of the first ones to go because she is a bit of a bitch. No one's really going to like her too much as far as viewers. Right. And she's not going to listen to mom and dad probably because she is a bitch, and she is probably going to go back to the boyfriend's house.
I see that. That made total sense when you said that too. I see that's that's a TV thing. Yeah. We already saw her want to go there once. She's going to go there again. By the time she gets there, that's how she'll fucking put it all together.
No. They'll come up behind her and
either that or she'll gain all this strength and she'll actually kill her boyfriend.
Yeah,
and that's what makes her like a true badass.
Yeah,
for the rest of the show.
That's what's going to make her the jaded person for a long time. That's going to stretch her out.
I can't see any of that main family of four.
Lasting that long?
No, I can't see any of them dying.
Speaking of dying.
Okay. But I want to ask. Okay. I want before we get into
the next phase.
While we're talking about the main family.
Okay.
And this is something I asked you while we watch it.
All right.
What's the deal with the Pakistani boyfriend and the 1960s pickup?
Bob is obsessed with why this guy has. And it's a fair question to a degree. Why this guy has this pickup?
Right. I mean, come on.
Well, the thing is, when his father emigrated to the country, that was the only kind of vehicle he could afford, and he used it to scrapyard, and that's
it's an emotional attachment.
I pulled that right out of my
good.
It was a Sanford.
That was almost as good as the sex tape.
Oh, why is it then that during the first episode that even though they hadn't gotten into a car accident, their windshield is smashed?
And
they drove into the kid.
No. So here's the thing: we noticed that earlier in the first episode, as they're going off onto the on ramp, where there's a whole blockage of traffic, the windshield is smashed right before the front of the
right on the
driver's side, but they don't show it. They keep cutting away different angles. They actually zoom in on one angle on one shot, and they block it out. Like it almost seemed like they did something.
There was a couple of angles there that they had to show it.
So it seemed like they had shot something either out of sequence and left it out of the episode. You know what I mean? Like maybe at some point, one of these little teasy kind of scenes where like he had to run some guy off the road and he wasn't telling nobody or something, or someone, stupid fake
he was in a
scare
hurry to
out.
get to his son or to his wife to pick up his kids early in the first episode.
Yeah, so if you go back, if you
Accidentally run
rewatch,
somebody
It could
over.
be that.
I think it was a
also could
continuity
be-
error on some level where at the end they ended up cutting something out. So they had to force the edit on that scene.
Yeah. No, that's possible, obviously. But you know,
Did
if you
anybody
always
else notice it? Bill and I both noticed it.
No, I don't think I noticed it, but I can see that being the case. So
Yeah, it's probably just
if you ever
deleted
said
scene.
that to like the showrunner or someone that works on the show, they would say, "Well, it happened 2 weeks ago. It happened. Some kid hit a baseball into his front
Well,
windshield."
how about you guys
You know what I mean?
listening, at home? You guys can take a look and see if you see what we see.
If anybody knows
Put an
that,
email.
if anybody
Well,
knows that,
there
send
is
us
a
an-
deleted scene. You can see that on the DVD.
Well, it's true. Or on AMC.com
3
right
seconds.
now.
Of edited footage.
Well, now, for the next phase of this conversation, we are talking about some dead people. So what we're going to do now, and you kids can do this at home with your friends, if you have any,
Probably
is
not.
a little thing we're going to call it the Walking Deadpool. So basically,
Fear the Walking Deadpool.
I took the 14 basic characters from the show. The only 2 that are not in here that are technically still alive, in order to make it an even number so it would divide amongst the 3 of us.
Okay.
Ed, as much as he's a fan of the show, he's not actually a part of the show.
Aww.
Ed said that, not me. Well, yeah, he's a contributor, but I mean, like, I'm not going to ask him on his first appearance to throw $10 into a kitty. So
Good.
here's the thing. Here's how it's going to work. We're all going to take a name. These names are curled up in little balls. They're randoms, and how it's going to work is we each can handle before, and as the season progresses, whoever has the most characters alive, right? Because it's going to be even. You know what I mean? Like, so whoever's got the most guys alive still at the end is going to win. How much money we want to put in here, kids?
I thought you just said $10.
I did say $10 a piece. You know,
It's gonna be $30.
$30. You know what I mean? That's it's big money in my town.
You know, that and like another
That's,
6 will get you a
yeah.
cup of coffee.
That's what I mean. Well, baby, where
that's
you
matinee movie money.
exactly. Matinee.
Matinee movie money.
Matinee movie. First showing. That's
$7 to get in.
It's not even a
$50
matinee anymore.
for
Well, no, you guys start. One each. We'll make this real quick. Bob, you got one. I got one. I got one. So the only characters who are not in here, in order to make it even, I didn't finish that, were the boyfriend. Because
he's dead anyway.
But we didn't see him die.
Yeah,
So that's the only hang up on that. So we each got 4, right?
Right.
So
I did my
let me
math
see.
correctly?
Do we share?
And him, and yes, we will. And you can start opening them up. And the mother, the what's her name? The main character. Because I figure,
The Chinese fortune cookie?
yeah, it's a fortune cookie. Bro, I was on the Wikipedia and I had to cut them down. So the first name in blue is actually the actor's name. The second name is the character name. So there are characters
I
here.
can't even... Patricia something.
There are secondary there are secondary characters.
The one I got just right now is gonna be is perfect.
Thank you for the help, Ed.
So there are
Frank Delane.
there are 6 main characters here, and there are 6 secondary characters here.
I got 2 secondary characters already.
Well, there you go.
Cliff Curtis.
Ooh.
That's the main guy. That's
The boyfriend.
the main actor.
Yeah, all right. So someone start reading them out.
Oh, okay. So I got Sandy.
I got one here that doesn't have a name on it. Does that have a name on it?
Yeah, it's just not in blue. One of them
Yeah, I can't
didn't have a
well,
link
I
to his
don't
name
have
because that's how popular their actor is.
make
You want me to read these for you?
I read the rest.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Ed's gonna help out.
All right. Bob has Lincoln A. Castellanos as Tobias, a wise, beyond his years high school senior who believes the outbreak is doomsday.
Tobias, okay.
Oh, okay, that's the kid
chubby,
with the glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he also
He's dead
has.
soon.
He also has
If we ever see him again.
Griselda Salazar, a loyal wife and mother who emigrated from El Salvador with her husband to escape its political
Oh, that's
unrest.
the couple in the barbershop.
Sure.
That's the woman that was praying.
She'll be dead.
Nick Clark, Madison's 19-year-old son, a drug addict who was flunked out of community college.
That's the song.
Wow, Bob got some good ones.
And,
I got better ones, I gotta be honest with you.
Okay.
And Travis Manoa, a high school English teacher, Madison's boyfriend, and a divorcee who shares custody of his son Chris with his ex-wife Liza.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that son, Chris, because I got him right here. Christopher Manoa.
Transitions.
Travis and Liza's rebellious teen son who resents his father for their divorce.
He's dead.
This is the kid that was filming the protests and the...
Right. That's
things
the
going on.
son from his first marriage.
And I have Ophelia Salazar, a hardworking professional with immigrant parents.
And part-time porn star.
I'd watch it.
Yet to be revealed.
Well, hence the name Ophelia.
Bob saw a special preview.
Alicia Clark, Madison's overachieving daughter and a model student.
Okay.
Either dead or a badass bitch.
And I got Daniel Salazar, a barber, Ophelia's father, an El Salvadorian refugee who...
It's Ruben Blades.
That's Ruben Blades, yeah.
Ruben Blades, yeah.
Let's see. The question there becomes: did they shell out money for Ruben Blades for a limited number of episodes, or was he the big sell for the whole show?
Yeah, like how much are they going to stick to Ruben?
So
that probably leaves me with a lot of secondaries, I'm guessing, because some of these characters we haven't met yet. Because this is the list from Wikipedia for the season. So I got I got Lisa Ortiz. It's Travis's ex-wife and mother of their son. So
She's donezo.
She's probably donezo.
yeah, she's being a bitch to him, so she's gone.
I got Coleman Domingo as Strand, a smart, sophisticated man with a mysterious past.
I have no clue who he
Boba
is.
Fett.
You think he's gonna get tossed in the Sarlacc pit?
And then have a re-edit. That someone shoots him out.
Someone
He
shoots him out.
rocket packs right out.
Or like in the video you showed me last week, where he crawls out of the Sarlacc pit. And remember that video?
I think I got a lot of.
Recreation.
I think I got a lot of dead here. Reynolds, a well-intentioned military man with a soulful disposition who is out of his element.
No, he'll be
Dr.
around.
Bethany
He's gonna be
Exner, a confident and skilled doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be around for a while.
She's donezo.
Yeah, she's Denzel. I think. So let's
Right, so I
just to
gotta put
remind
these in my
everybody,
phone.
whoever's got the most survivors is the way
Okay.
that we're doing it, not the most dead. Right? Because that's the opposite. It's just that we're all clear on that. Because
We want to
that was a thing. Like, which way are we going to do it?
we want to think positively here.
Yeah.
Personal note to the producers: I'm unemployed right now, and I could really use the $30.
Well, 20.
Well, yeah,
You
it's
get
20. That's true.
Well, no,
It's
maybe
20.
30 because you do get your 10 back.
Yeah.
It is a lost and found type thing. So definitely just keep these in front of you because I do want to make a note later of who's got what.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in my phone too. So right.
So what does that leave us with? There's not, there's a couple of things. What time is it? It's 1:48. You know what? I think we did enough.
I think we're...
I think we did enough. Although I did want to start this other thing. I'll do it another day with somebody else. But, I got to say this was a really great episode.
Yeah.
I know I'm a little biased, speaking from the inside as I am. Mm-hmm. But Ed, I think this appearance rocked, man. Ed,
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I had a fun time.
I gotta say,
Hey, we love you, buddy.
Golf clap.
and I'm gonna say that. I'm just gonna let you know now. If at one point in the future, the email starts slacking, we're gonna call you out on it.
Okay.
I know you probably thought I was going to say, like, hey, just let you know in the future, and then something good was going to happen. Yeah. You're like, he's going to invite me back, or tell me something great, like, I don't even know what, but I had to shoot you down. You had fun, you had a good time, you liked coming on the show.
Yeah, it was great.
I didn't have to pay you for any of this.
And it's really fun that now I can just go home and not worry about how this is going to make it on the air on Monday.
right. Everything went all right, unless Bill fucks it up somehow in the edit. I think this was a good gig. I think this was a good time.
Yeah, this was a ton of fun. Thanks, man.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad we got you in here. You were one of the first guys outside of, like, other family friends, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Guys that we knew from... that were going to fit. We should have had you on sooner as well. Basically, probably what I'm trying to get around to saying.
Hey, man, better late than never.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right. Some people, it's going to be never. Let me tell you right now. I'm just thinking about a couple people right there. And I'm thinking, no one's going to top that. All right, so plugs. Ed, you don't got any plugs, right? You're not plugging anything? You doing any appearances? You going on tour or anything? You doing the Tropicana this weekend? You got a gig? You got any open mics?
I used to do the comedy thing.
I know you did a couple open mics.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll drop a voicemail on the Super Live Adventure podcast.
All right, another Staten Island based podcast.
Yeah, those are a bunch of fun guys. But I have nothing really to promote.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I was hoping he didn't have anything because I was like, if he goes on, I don't know what I'm gonna do if he actually has something.
I got something to plug.
Yeah, plug away, buddy.
I got a plug for some prayers for me.
Oh, okay.
For this upcoming fall semester that has just begun.
True. Dom is back to school.
Please pray that I do well.
That you do well.
Please.
That you find the studying to be easy.
Yes.
That you find the classes to be not challenging.
Exactly.
Hey man, you get any professors giving you a hard time?
Oh.
I know a few people to call.
Cool.
Just saying. You can call your counselor. You can call your parents. All right, so you can find Dom on Twitter at Dom_Tory.
It's me.
You know what I mean? TORRE. You can find me on Twitter at Wicked Theory. I say it a lot. And you can always find the show and other ways to find the show at wickedtheory.com. I think that's it. You know what? Send us emails. Hey, how about that? On this email talk, I probably should have used that as a segue to plug the emails, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. I should hire a producer or something for this show.
Yeah, they can just send them to podcast@wickedtheory.com.
That would be it. Podcast at wickedtheory.com. Ed knows it. Ed knows it pretty good.
You didn't say it till like the 5th episode.
I probably didn't. For whatever reason, or it's in there and I mush-mouthed it, or awkward times. Like, hello, welcome to the show. Email. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. It's pretty much every episode.
I would have done it like 3 months earlier if you'd say
I was waiting. I was like, dude, if you only gives out the email address, I'll send him something. There were episodes where I asked people, send emails, and then never mention the email address. Fact.
That's classic. I never realized that. That's
Yeah, there's like one episode for sure.
Get into that habit, man.
Giving away $50, can't even do that.
Really?
Sorry that I shut you down. I know you took a break, but I was just about to throw it to you.
Really? It's okay. It's all right. It only takes one switch.
True.
So,
all right, Bob.
all right, let's see how many takes this takes.
See how many takes this takes. I like the sound of that. I'm going to put down a shirt for you.
This takes as long as it takes.
Take one.
Let's take one.
Let's take one. Ooh, the echo on the box today.
Yeah, I'm doing a little different tone right now.
Oh, I like
because the whole Lonely Man
Right.
sounds a lot better. So
Take it out, Bob.
try it. Third time's the charm? The second. That's why the third time's the charm.
He knew.